Oh yeah, baby. You got to make your mind up. Yeah. Cut close. Help me out. You know you want my love, baby. Girl, you got me twisted over here. I got what you need right here, baby. Baby, I know. Baby, I love you so. But you don't feel like I do. Tell me, what can I do? But I gotta be strong, girl. You did me wrong. I thought we were down. Now you say you want me, girl. Ooh, make up your mind. I'm not gonna be here for long. You know you want my loving, baby. Girl, you got me twisted over you. I got what you need right here, baby. Baby, in time. Baby, I know you're fine. That what you needed was here. Think about it, my dear. But I gotta be strong, girl. You did me wrong. I thought we were down. Now you say you want me, girl. Ooh, make up your mind. I'm not gonna be here for long. You know you want my loving, baby. Girl, you got me twisted, baby. I got everything you need tonight. Bring it on down. All right, yo. It's happy Sunday, family. It's your boy, Born Rich, man. Another episode of Rich Rhetoric coming to you live. And I'm from Tennessee, man, on this rainy day. It's rainy. Just thought I could bring the people some laughs today, man. You know. Yeah, man. Thanks, everybody. Salute everybody in the chat. Ultra Cotton Socks, Miss Amelia, Revolutionist, Lady D. You know what I mean? Yeah, quick update on my little man. My little man's home. They released him yesterday from the hospital, so he's at home, you know. It's recovery time. We in recovery mode. I dropped the link in the chat, y'all. So if y'all want to pull up. Let's see what's going on this Sunday. Yeah, I know it's fucking raining. It's raining here. I don't know what the weather is in the UK, but it's raining. It's gloomy. Seems like it's gonna be one of those days, man. Gonna be one of those days, man. Let's see. Do I got a video pulled up? Yeah, I got one. Hold on. Yeah, I got a video. Let's bring Ultra in. Yo, what up, Ultra?
Yeah, boy, what we saying?
Man, nothing much, man. Just up on a Sunday, man. Enjoying my Sunday. You know, had a nice breakfast this morning. Got laundry going. You know, daddy duties on a Sunday.
Hey. Yeah, stay in this lane, and we're gonna bear to the right. Yeah. All right. So basically, we're gonna bear to the right and go round about that way. Yeah. All right. No problem. Sorry, boy. I'm at work, man.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, you work on Sundays too?
Yeah. No days off for me, man.
I guess the bus do got to run, so I
Yeah,
understand.
that's it. And do you know, London has the best public transport system in the world. And born, I'm a part of that. I'm one of the reasons why it's so amazing, and I'm proud.
Now, is that a fact or is that an opinion, Ultra? That London has the best public transport system.
Use Google. Use Google. Let's find out. Oh, also, Born Rich,
Yep.
I'm going to give you a Speaker's Corner exclusive, so stay tuned, yeah?
All right. Okay, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, stay tuned. Stay patient.
I love that.
Look, Born Rich, look.
Hold
Speaker's
on.
Corner. Speaker's Corner. Exclusive. Look.
Yeah, man. Let me put it up. Let me make it. Okay.
Yeah, we just breeze past it on and you can't see it. Well,
Yeah,
there's the corner, look.
Yeah, shout out to the corner, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you another one. I'll give you another one later. Don't worry.
All right, yeah. I saw a little footage from Speaker's Corner today, man. They said it was some white motorcycle guys came down to the corner today.
Oh yeah! Wow. I wonder what they wanted.
Maybe a friendly debate, Ultra. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like yeah.
Yeah, friendly debate is what they wanted, man. Let me see. I seen some bullshit on the internet. Let's check this out. Where was I at? Yeah, I saw this. All right, let's make sure it's okay. Yeah, it's sharing. Let me mute my mic. All right, listen to this, y'all. This is crazy.
Will convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it. You can keep them from disco. Warn about San Francisco. We're coming for your children. We're coming for them. We're coming for your children. We're coming for them. The gay agenda is coming home. The gay agenda is here. We'll convert your children. Then we'll turn to you.
Yeah, Born Rich.
Yeah.
My response to that is an easy 4-letter word. Nope. Nope.
The world is going crazy, man.
Nope.
Fuck. Nah, they're not even people not even hiding it. They're not even hiding it no more. They said, fuck it. The gay agenda is here to stay, and we're coming for your children. That's just it, man. They coming for your children. Family, be careful. Be careful. Yeah, man. So, Ultra, what's going on, man? What's going on in the UK, man? What do you think about the conversations today? I mean, this week.
I had a really, really insightful conversation on Becca's channel.
Okay.
Yesterday, I went up against Tashef, Rando, Linkalas, Samaroon, and Zabeda.
I wonder what they all have in common. But go ahead.
They're all human beings, and they all hate Ultra. Oh shit! No, my kung fu was strong, Rick. My kung fu was strong, and I came out with that scratch. Yeah, it was a good conversation. If I'm honest with you, surprisingly, it was mostly constructive. It was mostly constructive, and I mean, obviously, the Hatoon situation is still kind of raw, and like it's literally 7 days ago. So like tensions and like everything's still high, and so. But I learned something yesterday. I learned that to some people, their faith is more important than their own children. And yeah, obviously when that was said to me, I immediately had to make the person who said it to me understand that as an outsider who doesn't believe that, you have to understand how crazy that sounds. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's nuts.
Now, what was the, okay, I was
Great. You want to put your wipers on? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, sorry, go on.
So I was gonna ask, what was their talking points? What was the reason that they put their faith before their children?
I think because it was just me, Becca, and I think it was, who was it? It was me and Becca at first. We were talking about mental health, and how we shouldn't be blaming mental health on everything on mental health. And then Tash Jeff jumped in, and she was sort of saying she's unhappy about the coverage that the Hatoon situation has got, and she feels that Muslims are being unfairly targeted. And what I realized is you can't. If somebody's feeling that way, don't beat them up. Like, try to discuss with them why they feel the way they do. And I sort of said to Tash, well, you've seen a sex scene on TV before or in a movie, right? So when that bit comes on, you sort of close your eyes, or you go and make a cup of tea, or you change the channel for like 3 minutes, and then you come back, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. So I said, right. So if somebody is having sex in front of you, move into the middle lane, yeah? Middle lane. Yeah, we're going to turn right. Yeah. Sorry, one second.
Go ahead, man. Take your time. Take your time, man. Shout out to Ultra. Yeah, what you doing, Cotton? I seen you, Cotton. You said you'll be ready next time. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I keep hearing about karaoke, Born. Apparently, it was a massive hit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. If I did come in, I would request Vanilla Ice and Ice Babies.
No, I love it. I love it, man.
Because I can't sing and I can't rap. So like I would have to be doing something that's basically talking in tune. I could do that. And Ice Baby is the easiest song to go along with.
Yeah, if y'all ain't been messing with Banana Split, her channel is dope. Her channel.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Banana Split been taking the classic moments, man. I still never even looked for the rest of it because I lost the rest of it. Where are we at?
Oh yeah, apparently there's a show you're in the middle of editing it. Are you gonna put it back up?
Well, yeah, I did. I did, but then I realized it's not the entire show. So I got.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna have to do it again. I'm gonna have to. It's probably gonna have to be 2 parts. I'm gonna have to edit the other part. You've been practicing all week. I feel you, Cotton. I feel you, Cotton. Well, yeah, man.
I'm gonna lie. Did you know what I learned, Ulrich?
What's that?
The girls are really competitive. I'm telling you.
They real what, Ultra?
They're competitive.
Oh yeah.
But it's serious though. Like really, like competitive. Like, no, I'm gonna win this bitch. Like, yeah, wow. I'm like, okay, come on, girl, come on.
far as the ladies, cotton socks been killing it, man. Cotton socks and jupes, man. Jupes, jupes doing ludicrous was fucking classic. Jupes doing ludicrous was fucking classic. Yeah, let's play a little bit of this. I like this one right here. Shout out to Banana Split. I'll put the link so y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Banana Split. But let's play a little bit of this. Oh yeah.
Anyway, Michael,
Sorry.
that was horrific. Because you were smiling at us in this weird way the whole way through.
Oh, all right.
But you won't. Can I hear you singing and playing the organ together, but without the weird smiling?
Just carry on from where I left off.
Yes.
Is that all right? Oh.
Coming. He said he's coming now.
Una poca negracia para mi patria y arriba. Podicere. Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán. Bamba, 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 bamba. Bamba, bamba, bala, bala, la, bamba, bala, bala, la, bamba. Una poca negracia para mi patria y arriba. ¿Qué onda? Para la bamba. Para la bamba.
Yeah, man. So shout out to Buddha. Shout out to Banana Split. I put the link, so if y'all want to go support Banana Split channel, make sure y'all subscribe to that sister. She takes the highlights and lowlights of karaoke night and, you know, does the remix. So shout out to Banana Split for that. Lady D, where you at? Pull up, man. When is the Reparations March? I want to know about this Reparations March that you guys do in the UK. Because I think it's today, right? Yeah, I was wondering when is that and the history of it. Let me see if I can look something up. Let's see. Bear with me really quick. Okay. Why is it just showing me images? African. No, that's not it. That's not it. Y'all let me know. Is it called African Emancipation Day? Is that what the Reparations March is called? Let's see. Okay. All right, so it is today. Said this is not a march. On the 1st of Mosiah, join the groundings to reason collectively about what we are willing to do to effect and secure holistic reparatory justice, how we account for what is owed, what is to be repaired, and share info on what reparation solutions you are already working on. Okay. All right. Yeah, what up? What up, Cushy? Yeah, because I know I heard a lot of the family, the UK family said they was going to the reparations march. Some people said they wasn't. So I just want to know what the reparations march is about. Let's see what YouTube is saying. Hold on. Let's see. I didn't mean to do that. I'll play this. Hold on. Let me share my screen. See what this video talking about. Hold on, family. Oh, let's see. Is this the video I'm trying to play? Yeah, let's see what this is.
Emancipation Day, the first of Messiah, which is the 1st of August, 2021. African Emancipation Day, Reparations March Committee, in partnership with the Stop the Mangamizi We Charge Genocide Ecocide campaign, invites you to the Pan-African Reparations Rebellion groundings. We're starting from Maxwell's Park and then to Windward Square. The theme this year is defeating the Mangamizi of neocolonialism with the African autonomy. All roads must lead to our sacred cause of African reparations. The program starts at 10 a.m. at Maxwell's Park, and then we proceed to Windward Square. Come and have your say. Add your voice to that of others taking action for reparations. See you on the 1st of Messiah, on the 1st of August. For more information, contact 079-22-035-446. Again, my people, see you on Emancipation Day, the 1st of August. Hotep Ashe. Hotep Ashe.
All right. Okay. Okay. So it is going down today. Cool. Cool. Emancipation Day. All right. So y'all tell me in the chat, how long has this been going on, the Reparations March?
Sorry, boy. I have no idea how long the reparations march's going on. I haven't even heard about it. I'm a sellout. I haven't even heard.
Have you ever been to one Ultra?
No, sir. But I have supported the people that do.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, because I can't lie, Born. Like, my contribution to the black community is my children. Like, I feel like if I focus on them, they should be well-adjusted, decent human beings who can contribute in my absence to the black community. And because there's more of them than there is of me, I'm playing a numbers game. So I support the people that do. I went to the fishbowl in Brixton, Born Rich. You could pull it up on the internet if you wanted to. That's how I support black business. I took my daughter there and we had a seafood crab royal bag thing where they give you a shit ton of like seafood in a bag with potatoes and corn and stuff.
Okay.
It was absolutely delicious. It cost me £100, but I'm supporting black business. I'm supporting black business. And my daughter and I, we loved it. And I took her there because she got an excellent report at school. Like even in the face of her being like locked down, her schooling really took a knock because of the lockdown and the way the schooling was working.
Yeah.
But she's still acing school, bro. So I took her up there as a treat. And in Brixton, it's mostly, or not mostly, but a lot of black businesses up there that need our support.
Yeah.
So I took her to the fishbowl in Brixton, and it was absolutely lovely. The boiled bag thing was delicious. I had mine spicy. They give you the gloves and the apron.
Yeah.
The little bucket to put all the shells and shit in. It was absolutely amazing. It was lovely, and that's how I support my community.
Okay.
That's how I support. If you're doing something positive, I will invest. I will. Especially if you make it easy for me to invest. You know what I mean? I don't like all this complicated shit. Follow this link, sign in and all this shit. Man, fuck you, I'm old man. Just let me give you some money. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, Ultra. I feel you. Everybody can play a part, man.
Yeah. Oh, listen, people, especially my UK family, get down to the fishbowl in Brixton. It's every time. The food is delicious. It's a really unique space under in Brixton Lane. It's really nice. The staff are lovely and helpful. I made a few requests before we even got in there, and they accommodated them to the best of their ability, and it was really fun. So yeah, that's how we do.
Yeah,
that's how we do.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I'm gonna let me play another video. This video is a few minutes long. I'm just gonna play a little bit of this. I got some shit I need to handle in the background. Like I said, it's laundry day on my end, so doing daddy duties. But hold on, I got a video for the people. Make sure I play the right one. I think this is it. Yeah, this is the one. All right, let's play a little bit of this while I go change over the laundry real quick, family. It's a few minutes real quick.
Aye. Umba Kayo. Oya aye. Iya basaba. Ay asiba sabi. Oya aye. Umba Kayo. Oya, aye. Iya basaba, asiba sabi. Oya, aye. Oya, aye. Oya, aye. Umba Kayo. Oh yeah, ah yeah. Dia basaba, ay pasti basabi. Oh yeah, ah yeah. Uma kayo. Oh yeah, ah yeah. Dia basaba, ah pasti basabi.
All right. Okay. All right. That was pretty dope. Got some history, a little clarity, a little bit more clarity with that video. What's up, brother Mike?
What's good, bro?
You got it, man. You got it.
And down here in Florida, man.
What you down there for? Basketball?
Nah, man, just a little vacay.
Oh, okay. Nice. Let me ask you this though, brother Mike. We've been doing this reparations talk for a few weeks now. What's your overall thoughts on reparations, man? Is it a pipe dream? You see it happening in your lifetime, or what? What's your thoughts on reparations?
It's truly old, but I don't see it happening in my lifetime because we're not powerful enough to get it in the world. We basically, what I'm saying, you gotta have something in order to get something, We gotta have our own institutions and stuff like that shit built up for us where black people coming together, then we'll be able to get it. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's just like it's a lot of black people out here that's afraid of it and just scared to stand up and speak what they truly feel. What the dude named your boy Kwame Brown? What do you say, the Get Along gang?
Yeah.
That's what we're going through right now. I feel him when he say that. So until we get off the go along and get along gang,
yeah,
we ain't gonna have no progress until we get off of that.
Okay, nice. Mr. Paylo, what's good, man?
What's good, y'all, man? I missed your last live stream. I'm sorry to hear about your son, man. Hope everything is okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, man, he's at home now, bro. But yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Paylo.
Yeah. So, but about building institutions and stuff like that. I mean, we have institutions, though. If you think about it, black people can build institutions. I'm gonna give an example of an institution that black people built. I'm not saying that our institutions have worked perfectly, but black people do got a whole church system around America. They got a whole black church system. So that's an institution. So I'm just giving examples of institutions, and the black people are capable of building it. I'm not saying the institutions are working, but we still have the whole HBCU system. Right, it's still a lot of systems that are black based and black built. So black people are definitely capable of building institutions in America.
Paylo, let me interrupt you right quick, Paylo. Those institutions that you talk about, they're not solely funded by black people. The HBCUs are not funded by black folks, period. And these churches, they with the go along, get along gang. Once you get up in a church and you start telling people to vote for the Democratic Party, then it's messed up. So the institutions that we got are not our institutions. They're institutions that are given to us and funded by other people.
Yeah. Okay. Your point is fair. That's a fair point. That's what I'm saying. You're right. That's a fair point. But you might say that, but I hear what you're saying, but I still see they're funded. Okay, like for example, the black church is funded by black folks, so they got black folks paying tithes in the churches. They're paying tithes, right? Who paying the tithes? The white people paying the tithes in the church, or the black people?
Listen.
So they have money to put somewhere. Black people have money to put somewhere because you got mega churches. Matter of fact, you got mega churches that got pastors that got $1 billion cars or whatever. I don't know, billion. We don't have $1 million cars.
Let me explain to you about the mega church. Let me explain to you about the mega church, Paylo. The mega church is funded by bigger white churches. These pastors are not getting these churches built up just because the congregation is giving them money. No, they're getting loans from the bigger white conglomerates in order to build these churches. I can't think of the name of the organization that build these churches for these black pastors, but it's a show they call Greenleaf. If you ever watch that, then you'll see how these mega churches are being built and being funded. These churches, these pastors, the churches are funded. They pay for the white organizations, pay for the churches. It's like a loan. They pay them back. But the money that they're getting out of the churches through all the people in the church, that's how they getting these fucking stretch limos and Hummers and private jets and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? But it's a white funded organization that's giving them this money to build these churches.
Okay. If there's a white organization that's giving them money, right? They're giving them money, right? So they're giving it, but you're saying it's a loan. They got paid back.
Loaning the money. Let me take it back. They're loaning the money.
Okay, if they're loaning the money to build the churches, but they're getting the money back, that means the church still generating money. It's almost like you, if you go to a bank, you want to start a business, right? And you get a loan from a bank, but you're able to pay if you're able to pay the loan back, that means your business is still doing good. If you're able to pay it back and pay it off, right? So I'm not saying that. So they're still getting money from the black community if they're able to pay the loan off, right?
But Paylo, you gotta understand. You can have a black church all day long, but when you got a European ideology that they're teaching in the church, it does no good for the black community.
You're totally right. You're totally right. All I was saying that black people have the capacity to do it. My only point of saying this was illustrating the capacity. All I was doing was illustrating capacity. I'm not saying the ideology was there. I totally agree the ideology is not there. But I'm just trying to say the capacity is definitely. I'm saying the capacity is definitely there. Because I'm demonstrating black people have the capacity to put the money together and build institutions because they're building all these churches. Even if they're building it on loan, they're paying it off. You know what I'm trying to say? So they have the capacity for institution building is definitely there. And I'm giving you real world examples of capacity. That's it. I'm not saying the ideology is there. There's capacity. In real world, we have the capacity to maintain organizations nationwide. And have this organization be somewhat solvent. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so in saying that, So in saying that, you know, it's a mental thing. It's mental. I don't know how. I guess we got to make a think tank. They got to make a think tank. I mean, that's the only way solution, I think, because white people do that stuff, especially in DC over here. There's a bunch of things called think tanks. It's called think tanks, right? These organizations. Right. The whole job is just to get people to come together and discuss and make papers all day. They're called think tanks, right? That's the whole job. Matter of fact, I see they contributed to a big think tank over here, a long time.
Your mic, Paylo. Your mic is messing up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, yeah. I used to be a contributor to a think tank over here, and then So I mean, of course, they cost money too. They cost money, but we have the money to get a think tank. If they could put the money together, I mean, you would have to get. I don't know who would. I don't know who to organize because it's also an issue about trust. It's an issue about trust too, because who can you really trust in the black world? Can you really trust somebody? Because you would have to trust somebody to appropriate the money correctly. If you're gonna put all the money together to make a think tank, you would have to trust somebody. So now it would have to be a trust system. So who would you trust? That's the question. Who in the black world is trustworthy that can be trusted? That's the first thing that's the first thing we gotta identify. We gotta identify the trustworthy actors.
Yeah, and the preachers, they're not the trustworthy actors, man, but they got all the people brainwashed, man. We got to change the ideology. Like if these preachers start teaching in their churches independence and stuff like that, then maybe we'll have a chance. But right now, we don't have a chance.
That's the thing. We don't have no trustworthy actor. We have no trustworthy actor to say, you know what, you be our trustee. We're gonna put the things in your. We're gonna put this money in your hand. We want to make a think tank. But we need a trustee. We have no board of trustees. We have no trustees. Yeah, that's the issue. How do we develop a trust? The black trustees. How do we go about even developing that?
So crazy, Paylu. You know what's so crazy, Paylu? We got a pastor here. I'm not gonna say his name, but in Tennessee, we got a pastor, and everybody that they love this pastor, even though he done had sex scandals, even though he's not giving anything back to the community. You know, when I talk about this pastor and I argue with these people about this pastor, they say they expect their pastor to have a private jet and live in a big house, and they like he deserve it because he's ordained from God. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. It's gonna be real hard to get the minds of black people away from actually thinking that their pastor should be a celebrity and live like one. That's the problem we got in America with black folks today.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of
Christians.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, so basically, okay, then, okay, if that's the case, should there be a black white agenda? Should we give up on having a black white agenda? And should people who want to have a black agenda say, you know what, we're gonna make our own subgroup, and our thing is just to survive our subgroup? Do we need a whole black agenda? Is it feasible to have a whole black agenda? Is black agenda possible then?
Yeah, it's possible if we get the those motherfuckers. What is it? The Black Congressional Congress. We got to get them on board first because they're not on board. It's just gonna take money, man, for us to actually do this and put the money in the right hands and the right leadership. We can have it, like you say. We got the capacity to do it. We just don't have the ideology to do it.
And so, but to build an ideological camp, we need a think tank. But we had nobody to trust to put a think tank under. So I don't see how it's going to happen if we can't even have a think tank. We don't have a think tank.
We're going in order for us to have a think tank, we got to have an argument tank first. We got to get the arguments out the way. Once we get the arguments out the way and then understand what our goal is, then we can have a think tank. Because right now our goals are not at the same on the same level as these other races' goals are. We don't understand that right now. We're like, well, what that rapper now say is like we like the teenagers of the world. We ain't grew up yet. Them black people in America.
I hear you, brother Mike. I hear you. I like the point you made about the celebrity, man. Celebrity worship is one of the main obstacles that we got to overcome. Because
you know who that pastor is, don't you, Born Rich?
Absolutely. And like you said, when I am arguing with local people, they tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. He's supposed to. I was even told that he's not obligated to create jobs. Exactly what I was told. I'm like, man, all that money is coming in. I don't understand why can't he create jobs, start businesses and create jobs. I don't give a damn if he create jobs. I don't care if he create jobs and employ his church members first or only his.
And
church.
you see the museum that he was fighting for. It wasn't even nothing. It wasn't even real. It was for music. It's an entertainment museum. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, they give you certain millions of dollars, and you push it to that. Not even giving us jobs. You see what I'm saying? We didn't have a contract to build the building. We're not employed at that building. I just don't understand it. They just like, it's symbolic to black people. It's like they don't even pay attention to what goes into putting in the work to build a nation. You know, it's like, if you're gonna give me a black museum, get a black company a contract to build the museum. Give us the contract to be the janitors and the people that walk around and show you what the exhibits and stuff. We don't have none of that, bro. It just don't make sense to me. And then we'll take it and be like, oh yeah, we got this ours. It's not yours.
No, hell no.
It's crazy.
It ain't ours. And I don't be liking those music. I don't be liking those music museums and shit anyway, man, because
me neither.
That's what we're portrayed as globally. You know what I'm saying? Is rappers and actors and basketball players and shit like that. And it's like, nah, bro, we're so more diverse than that. Like those will pop up everywhere. You can pop up, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of fucking Jesse Owens and Oprah Winfrey and Barack Obama and shit in these in these museums. And it's like, man, nah, man, where's the fucking scientists and the doctors that's in this museum? Teach us about the historical shit. Now, I ain't even gonna lie. See, Tariq Nasheed is trying to do it. Say what you want, but some of the ideas that he has for his museum are dope. Talk about the brother, you know what I'm saying? Talk about the people who made the first like flushing systems for the toilet or the stoplight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got more than that, man. Michael Jordan is cool. Michael Jordan did his thing, but we don't need that, man. James Brown, great, but we don't need a museum strictly about that.
Yeah, they should have the small plaques in the museum. They should be the
so
last thing that you see with the little small plaque, a little small picture, and move on.
That's it. Yeah, it should be a big exhibition of fucking James Brown. Let's see. See if I can find that video on that. I had a video. I wonder will I be able to find it? Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Damn, I ain't gonna play that one. That motherfucker an hour long. Okay, this one I could probably play a little bit. Probably play this. Let's see. Let's see. Fam, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. All right, let's see. Let's play this one. Hold on. Unmuted. Let me share my screen.
Forcing white people to teach black kids who they are. I said we have enough scholars. We have enough churches. We got enough community centers. If we want to teach black kids who they are, why can't we do it after school for 2 hours every day? Why can't we volunteer and teach black kids? Why do we want white folks to teach black kids who they are? That is a community's job. That's not your enemy's job. You don't let white folks control the historical narrative in the mind of a black child. That is dangerous. And I don't support it. I will never support it. I'm not going to oppose it. You feel me? Because I don't oppose anything unless it's going to cost us life, loss of life. But I can't support that. Listen, there's some things we got to fight white folks for, right? We got to fight them for criminal justice. We got to fight them for the economics. We got to fight them for different things. But thanks, love. We're not going to fight them to teach our kids who they are. That's the slave in us. That's the slave trying to get white Jesus to do everything for us. We got it bad, man. We want white folks to do everything, even the stuff that only we should be doing. History is like religion. It's sacred. It's sacred. You don't let your enemy teach your child about slavery. You won't let the white folks teach a kid about slavery. You can imagine what they're going to teach them. You people was in trees. Y'all was naked. Y'all was eating each other. Y'all had bones in your nose. We came, gave you the Bible, civilized you, freed you. I'll give you a good example. Have you been to the Smithsonian African American Museum in DC?
No.
Raise your hand if you've been to the Smithsonian. Okay, about half. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. I haven't been in about a year, right? Mm-hmm. So you start off on the first floor. And you're going through slavery. It starts in slavery. It doesn't start in Africa. It starts in slavery.
That's what they want you to believe about it.
You see? Yeah. Civil War, Reconstruction, Civil Rights. So I'm following this around. I'm like, wait a minute. This costs $500 million for this? And then you get to the top floors, and it goes into athletics and entertainment. I'm saying, wait a minute. I know it ain't stopping here. No way in the hell you trying to tell me my history started in slavery and ended with Jay-Z and Michael Jackson. And it's so disrespectful because all of our ancestors, the freedom fighters, they don't really have no great statues of them in there. But guess who got a big statue? Michael Jordan. Big statue, Serena Williams. Life-size, shiny, platinum. Yes! LeBron James got a big screen TV with nothing but all his dunks. But Marcus Garvey and Elijah Muhammad tucked around a corner. You might miss them if you move too fast. Thomas Jefferson got a big statue in a slavery exhibit, but you ain't got no big statue of Harriet Tubman or Frederick Douglass. To me, the museum is an insult and a disgrace to black folks. You know why? And it's dangerous because everybody come to America going to go to that. Right. I want to know what it is to be black. I'm going to go to the Smithsonian. They were slaves. They was hanging in trees, eating each other. White man came and got them. They didn't know that slavery. That's why some of us look more South African, more East African, because they took us from every coast. That's part of the story that's left out. But my point is, show the food we ate before we got here. That ain't what they do. Guess what they selling in here? Mind you, this is a $550 million museum. And they fried chicken. Who been in there? Y'all saw it? Fried chicken, watermelon, macaroni and cheese, chicken gizzards. What the fuck? This is.
So yeah, man. What's this? You know what I mean? That's pretty much exactly what we were saying, Brother Mike, is it becomes disrespectful, man. And like I said, that is the image that's projected of us globally. Globally. You ask people, what is Black American culture? Man, I heard somebody told me twerking.
Damn.
Somebody hurt my feelings, man. Hurt my heart. Somebody said twerking is Black culture. I'm like, what?
That's a damn shame.
But yeah, man. Yeah, man. See some new people that came in. EIE in the building. I see 3 in the building. Stu Brunts. Jen Wallace. Yeah, man. Twerking. Okay, twerking is Black culture. So what? It's not even important. It's not even important. That shit's so far down the line of what Black culture is. It's not even damn near not even worth mentioning. Unless you hear a white person trying to take credit for twerking. Ain't no non-Black person trying to take credit for twerking. Twerking is an inside joke that non-Black people use on Black people. If you think about it, you know what I'm saying? I don't want that to just be part of my culture. So, I mean,
that's a damn shame, man. But how do we, what do we strive for, man, as Black people? I'm just saying, where's the, they act like we got pride, but we really don't. It's like, we don't run no media outlets or nothing like that. And then, I'm not upset at the white people for putting these images out because it make them money. I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at us for allowing it to happen. Like, it's just one of these people that just disgust me, man. That Lizzo girl, she's totally disgusting to me. I just don't understand. I understand you're a big girl and you don't have no shame about your body. That's cool. But motherfuckers like you and Megan Thee Stallion winning image awards. You see what I'm saying? That's the image that our little my young 6-year-old daughter gotta look up to. Hell no. That's bullshit, bro.
That's the images they give you, man. That's what they say. Said he he controls the narrative.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a lot. Let me few more minutes on this video. Let me hit Dr. Umar out some more, see what he's talking about. Family, y'all hit that like button, man. And drop any topics, anything y'all want to discuss today, drop it, man. This was just kind of like a little freestyle thing on a Sunday. But let me play this.
What you telling people we are? Yeah, that museum is an embarrassment. And then the excuse they give you for why the athletes get more attention than the freedom fighters and elitists is they said the athletes provided matching money for the museum. In other words, they say LeBron and Michael Jordan and all them, they donated money to the museum. So they're saying that since they donated, they gave them more lavish scenes or whatever. But guess what? Go to the Holocaust Museum. Go to any Jewish Holocaust museum and see if you see a floor dedicated to the football and basketball players. See if you see a floor dedicated to the actors and entertainers. You don't see that in there. They talk about the Holocaust. You don't see no Seinfeld with no big screen TV with all his goofy jokes. You don't see the Jewish athletes with their own floor. No, this is about our people. This ain't about glamorizing no athletes. That museum is a disgrace. And I know Dr. Leonard Jeffries don't like me saying it, but it's a disgrace. It needs to be redone. I do not like what I see when I go in there. You gonna see me go in there. And the crazy thing about it, it goes over most black people's head because they so turned on by all the lights and the spectacles. Nah, I'm evaluating the intent and the message. We have to get into the habit of evaluating the intent and the message. What is the intent of this? And what is the message people are going to get from it? Because that right there tells me that we better off without black folks. Because if all they can do is play sports and make music and eat fried chicken, because that's what that check the people say. So what you would have? I'll tell you what I would have done. There should have been a whole exhibit on black women and their contribution to the struggle. A whole exhibit. There should have been a whole exhibit on the historically black colleges. You got over 100 of them. Where's that at? There should have been a whole exhibit on the inventors. There's some in there, but y'all didn't scratch the surface on all the inventors that we have had. There should have been a whole exhibit on police genocide. They don't talk about that. Mm-hmm. How? Excuse me, sports? Do you know they have?
Hold on, Brother Mike. I want to put you on the spot. You there, Brother Mike?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me put you on the spot, man. Now, if we do, all right, cool. I like where Umar's going. Now, if we do get us a, I don't know, African American museum, Black American History Museum, whatever you want to call it, black, you know. Would you agree with putting an exhibit about police genocide in there?
Of course. Of course. That's what's going on. We need to bring awareness to it. You know, the positive and the negative. You see what I'm saying? That America done gave us. I don't have no problems, no issues with that.
Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know in the chat. Would you put a police, police genocide or police brutality exhibit in a black museum?
Man, I have a whole floor dedicated to it. These people's names need to be known.
I got you.
And then, you know, by us like not paying attention to it, how is it going to solve the problem?
I got you.
We got to confront this shit head on, man. You don't go in there and mop your floor with no water. You got to put some water on that motherfucker and attack it head on.
I got you.
I just feel like, man, it's more, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, man. You know what I mean? I got Christians in my family, man, and I know some good Christians. But at the same time, and I think the ideology of Christianity that they teach in this country is detrimental to us because it has us, it keep us passive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I got family members, you know, and they are part of the baby boomers, you know. They constantly posting pics of white Jesus on Facebook, you know what I mean, all the way through and through, you know, and they always got pictures of Barack Obama and Kamala Harris, you know, just symbolic shit that means nothing. And then, you know, I try to pose these questions to these people and I get blocked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they ain't got time for your foolishness, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying they don't want to. It's like we don't want to wake up and acknowledge that we've been lied to. It's like I feel like if somebody lied to me and deceived me, that don't make me less intelligent as the next man is because I was tricked. What make me less intelligent is when I don't want to acknowledge the lies and change the thought pattern that they put on me. You know what I mean? Like we don't have no control over the curriculum in school and stuff like that. You know. In the history of the church that was actually put in place by white Christians. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to hear that shit. So it's like It's just basically, bro. It's like the younger generation. You know what I mean? They can be Christians, but they if it's not used as a tool of what Jesus had it for. You know what Jesus was fighting for, revolution. You see what I'm saying? To change the status quo. They don't do that. They hear it, but they don't actually pay attention to it and see what's going on. How they Jesus fought against the Romans, kicked them out of Palestine, and tried to, and then how he was murdered and executed on a cross, the modern day electric chair, but they use it as a religious, you know what I mean? They use that cross. That cross is holy to them. It's like, I remember when Death Row Records first came out, and he had that electric chair. All the older people was like, what kind of shit is this? He got it. They killing us in an electric chair, and he got it as his record label, his logo. That's some bullshit. But y'all run around with a crucifix on your neck. The white people killed your savior, but you run around with this crucifix on your neck and you turned it into something holy. I don't get that. Totally throw it off. It's a contradiction. And you know, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to be like everything that I believed in. And then, you know, the biggest thing that killed me, man, is when they say, well, my great grandmama did this. Go back and look at that generation and see how uneducated and how ignorant they were to the world. But you're taking lessons from people that weren't taught, that people that actually, you know what I mean? Like my great grandmama, she couldn't read. You see what I'm saying? That don't mean that the love for her is not there. It's just the fact that she couldn't teach me nothing that she didn't know. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna live my life the way an illiterate person lived their life. I'm not gonna do it. They just don't understand that, man. They take it as disrespect when the whole thing is for me and my children, and when I have grandkids, it's for them to be smarter than me and more evolved than me. You see what I'm saying? We don't live like that, bro. And it's just crazy, man. And to the point as to where, you know, that's why you got a lot of these movements that's going on, you know, like you know, when the nation popped up, you know, there was people that was understanding the lies that was taught in the church, you know what I'm saying? But versus us attacking our own people that's been lied to, we got to try to educate them in so many ways that we can. Everybody not going to be saved, but that don't mean that they're enemies. You know what I mean? The elders in my family, they're not enemies. They're just people that's not that educated on reality. That's how I look at it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I did, Jen. Let's watch a little video on this one. I think I did see this museum though, Jen. Hold on. Let me finish up with Umar, then we'll get to some more videos. Yeah, I'm finna look that up, Jen. I actually have though, now that I think. And I actually know some people who went to that museum, but let's finish up with Umar.
Had a pair of Nike Air Force Ones with Obama on them. Yeah. If y'all don't go to that damn museum, they got a big case with the Nike Air Force Ones with the Obama on them. And this is what's in the museum on African American. They got the Run DMC Adidas, that museum make us look like fools. Go to the Jewish museum and see if they play them like that. Don't nobody do nothing like that, and we let them do it because we chumps. We let white folks do whatever they want.
Have you been to the African American Museum? I'm sorry, my fault.
Which one?
I think it was one in DC too.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's the Smithsonian. I
Yes.
thought that was a whole separate. Oh, I thought that was a whole separate museum.
It is. It's the Smithsonian African American, not the Smithsonian National History Museum. No, the Smithsonian African American. Just us. This is.
Is that the one in DC?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. I'm thinking that new one. You know, the one that just opened.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out, man.
And then they got the other one in Alabama. Let's watch a little clip on the one they got in Alabama. Where am I at? And after this one, I got one because Mike said something that really piqued my interest. I know Mike is one of the brothers that told me about the Deacons of Defense. So I heard you say something, Mike, about this Christianity got us docile. And I want to make sure we show a video of the Deacons of Defense. You know, some of our Christian brothers that said, nah, we're not taking this shit no more.
Right.
But let me play a little bit of this while we still on the museum thing. I thought this was a video, but I guess this is just pictures.
Where is that at?
This is in Alabama. The Legacy Museum. Supposed to be. They built this one a couple of years ago too. So, this one's kind of crazy. Yeah, I would like to go to this one too.
Yeah, that might be to take a road trip with the kids, man.
Yeah, that's the one I want. I want to see what this one is. Yeah, we'll go to. Yeah, I want to go to that one. I like that. I like some of the stuff I'm seeing. I want to really see what the fuck he's talking about. But yeah, man, let's get into this video, man. Deacons of Defense. Let's see what they say about it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joseph Ward, your historical homeboy, right here on the shows. The Deacons for Defense and Justice. In 1964, the Deacons for Defense and Justice were formed by black men in Jonesboro, Louisiana, to protect the black citizens and civil rights activists from the Ku Klux Klan. Armed self-defense was inconsistent with the nonviolent philosophy adopted during the civil rights movement. Two military veterans named Ernest Chili Willie Thomas and Frederick Douglass Kirkpatrick were the original founders of the Deacons for Defense. The organization grew in popularity because it appealed to sections of the civil rights movement who no longer believed that nonviolence was a sound strategy. Thomas and Douglass created an organization that would discourage Klan attacks as well as help prevent activists and black community members from police and fire hose attacks. The Deacons made headlines when their defense activities forced then Louisiana Governor John McKeithen and Jonesboro city leaders to compromise with civil rights activists. As the Deacons grew in numbers and popularity, they began to open chapters in different cities. In 1965, Thomas and Kirkpatrick established a second chapter of the Deacons for Defense and Justice in Bogalusa, Louisiana. After working with the black leaders in Bogalusa, Thomas and Kirkpatrick left the chapter under the leadership of Robert Bob Hicks, Charles Sims, and A.Z. Young. The Klan was attacking the blacks in Bogalusa, so the people organized to defend themselves. The first black deputy sheriff of Washington Parish, Louisiana, was assassinated by racist whites. The murder increased the tension between the Klan and the Deacons. The tension grew so tough that federally regulated Reconstruction era laws were instituted to protect the civil rights activists. In 1966, civil rights activist James Meredith was embarking on a march from Memphis, Tennessee to Jackson, Mississippi called the March Against Fear. Meredith was shot and severely wounded by white supremacists. Stokely Carmichael and many other activists completed the march for Meredith, but the idea of self-defense was more prominent. Carmichael was instrumental in convincing Dr. Martin Luther King and other leaders that the Deacons can be integrated into the movement, provide protection, and maintain the unity of the movement. By 1965, the Deacons were being investigated by J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI. COINTELPRO tactics were unleashed upon the Deacons, and the FBI was able to obtain substantial information about the organization. Disloyal black FBI informants were feeding the FBI information about the activities the Deacons engaged in. These tactics helped members of the Deacons become continuously harassed, arrested, and questioned by the FBI. As the years passed, other organizations emerged and began to overshadow the Deacons as far as public attention. The presence of the Black Panthers took away much of the FBI attention that was usually reserved for the Deacons. By 1968, the Deacons disbanded, and in the short time, they made a huge impact. The Deacons helped change the ideas and strategies of the civil rights organizations and helped lay the foundation for organizations such as the Black Panther Party to exist. They understood that nonviolence was a tactic that can be used, but nonviolence was not always the best course of action. They often challenged the KKK and Louisiana police who were looking to harm Black people. In all, the Deacons were able to organize 21 chapters and 46 affiliate chapters across the country. Historian Lance Hill wrote the following about the Deacons. The hard truth is that these organizations produced few victories in their local projects in the Deep South. If success is measured by the ability to force changes in local government policy and create self-governing and sustainable local organizations that could survive when the national organizations departed, the Deacons' campaign frequently resulted in substantial and unprecedented victories at the local level, producing real power and self-sustaining organizations. The Deacons were not fully accepted when they were created, but over time it was understood that they were not organized to incite violence, but only to protect their people from white supremacists. To the entire Deacons for Defense and Justice, we proudly stand on your shoulders. For more information, please visit www.ontheshoulders1.com or www.ontheshoulders.org.
Yeah, man. So there you have it, man. Yeah, man. The Deacons of Defense, man. And shout out to Brother
That's
Mike.
real.
Brother Mike was the first one put me up on Deacons of Defense, man. So yeah, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell everybody, man. Y'all need to go study Stokely Carmichael. He changed his name to Kwame Ture when he became a Pan-Africanist. But that Meredith March, he actually coined the phrase Black Power. You know what I'm saying? And he was ready to get down, you know. And he spoke of, like, this is one lesson that I learned from him. He was like, all Black organizations are gonna be infiltrated by the FBI. He said, your job as the leader of the organization or the top members of the organization is to know this and isolate the people that you suspect as being FBI members, but the top leadership should keep going. Did you remember, you seen that movie, The Messiah, about Fred Hampton?
Yeah.
You see how dude infiltrated the top ranks and how he got in and got Fred Hampton killed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just gotta. He's saying they're gonna infiltrate. We just gotta figure out how to isolate them. You know, I don't know what he meant by isolate them, either kill them or just let them exist and feed them false information. But he was serious about it, man. We got to go back in history and study the people that actually went through this and changed. You know, and like he always talking about voting and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? You know, he did all the registering for voting. He was a part of, like, a lot of people. They give credit to the Southern Christian Leadership Conference that Martin Luther King was a part of for registering people to vote. But it was actually the foot soldiers, SNCC, the college students that was going door to door doing this. You see what I'm saying? That's how he started the Black Panther Party in Lowndes County, Alabama, with the lady. Her name escaped me right now. It's gonna come back to me. But she was looked like, and it's like the group, like, we can't isolate our women outside of our group either. See, that's another thing about us. We don't put our women a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And we don't give them roles of leadership and let them speak and put their ideas out there. And that's another reason why we're not moving forward, you know. And if you pay attention, the oppressor understand that. They understand that the women control it, because what they do is they give these women subsidized housing, give them welfare and all of that shit. It's to the point where they don't need us, and they look at us like we're a threat to them. You see what I'm saying? So it's an organized strategy against us. But once we go back in history and we start to study the people that actually went through it and look at the mistakes that they made, I think we'll succeed. And in the critical race theory thing, I don't think like if they was to put this in schools, I don't think that they will teach the right curriculum that we need, because America never put out a curriculum that'll empower us as a people to get us under the yoke of them, away from under the yoke of them. They'll never do that. So it's up to us to take the little bit of it and expand on it, basically. But the Deacons of Defense, man, you know, that was a part of history that an old school dude turned me on to when I was going on my rant talking about how weak the civil rights movement was. You see what I'm saying? So without him actually, if he never participated in it and being an elder and schooled me, the young dude, on it, I would have never known anything about it. You see what I'm saying? So these people are still alive, man. We just gotta do our history. Like you go down in Alabama, man, like when my daughter was going to school down there, man, I was down there for a minute, man. And you know what I mean? It's a rich oral history that they got down there that you don't know nothing about. And it's relevant in Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee too. We just gotta find these people and we gotta document it. That's our job, to document it. And change the thought process of the younger generation, man. Let them know that you don't have to be sitting down at a counter letting the motherfucker pour milk on your head and spit on you and punch you and let dogs. You don't have to do that. You need to look at these nationalist movements that these white folks got, and you know it's gonna take some bloodshed for us, because they're not gonna let us do what they do without bloodshed. But you know, like all the great leaders say, that sacrificial generation is gonna have to come, and then everything is gonna change. But we're gonna bleed no matter what. So it's the point is like, are we willing to sacrifice our children and grandchildren for the greater cause of the people?
Okay.
And that's a whole reason why the Deacons of Defense didn't get pushed the way it was supposed to, because they wasn't willing to sacrifice. They wasn't, you know, they look at it like we can't win if we go up against them. No, we can't win a war if we go up against the government, but we can be a cancer in the nation enough to cause change. You know, it's like another thing that Kwame Ture said. It's like when they killed Dr. King, if you go back and look at all the footage, bro, he right there with him. You know what I'm saying? He right there with him. When he was getting older, you know, he ended up dying of cancer. I don't even think he was 60 years old. He was 50 something. And he said the government gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? They injected him with that shit. But he was just basically saying, man, is that you got to have little small pockets of resistance. And he was looking at what was going on in Vietnam, how the Vietnamese was winning, and they wasn't like going, like, you know, they killed more Vietnamese than, like, America was looking at body count. It was like, okay, we got this many dead, and they only killed, and we killed that many of them. You know what I'm saying? But he was looking at it like, no, the progress that they made, they never ever was able to control the country. You see what I'm saying? The whole country. So he was just like, it's little pockets of resistance in America that we can do is guerrilla warfare in the cities and stuff like that. Then he said that'll push change quicker than your traditional war. You know what I'm saying? You remember that guy in Dallas, right? They shot them cops. You know, I predicted that shit. You know, and I was telling the dudes, a couple of guys, and they was laughing at me. It was like, man, whatever, this black power shit, man. I'm trying to explain to them. I'm like, man, listen, it's people in this country that's serious, and the government know that, because the government is serious. The government is not playing games. So they isolate all these people that are serious. It only takes, like, how many black people live in America that they say, like 40 million black people? Just think, if 100,000 black people got serious, should have changed. It only takes a small amount of black people, 100,000 people in America that change 10,000 in 100 cities, something like that. You know what I mean? 1,000 people in 100 cities. Run it like that. I guarantee you shit have changed. Martin Luther King got killed. Damn near every city, major city in America was in flames. But what Kwame Ture said, he said the mistake that they made was he was making connects through the years. And then when they killed King, he called everyone his connects and was like, let's do this. He said the problem that he had was it wasn't organized. They wasn't organized enough, so he had to leave the country. That's why he didn't die. He left the country and changed his name to Kwame Ture after 2 African leaders. His life is real interesting, man. A lot of people, and you know, he's not what you would consider foundational Black American or ADOS. He's from Trinidad. You see what I'm saying? But he moved to New York and he was raised in New York. So that's why I don't really too much cater to the FBA and ADOS argument. You know what I'm saying? Because it really don't make that much sense when you're looking at something as a whole in revolution, because it's a lot of people that's not FBA or ADOS that can help us out in this struggle, man. So when you start isolating, then that's what the government wants you to do. They want us to pick sides and labels and stuff like that. And as far as the reparation thing, you know what I mean? I just feel like a lot of these non-ADOS people and non-FBA people, foundational Black American people, they don't care one way or the other if we get reparations. They're not against that. They more for it because they're gonna come up on it too. You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna like per se get a check or anything like that, but we're gonna show them love because that's what we do with Black people. You know what I'm saying? We welcome in other Black people. So I just feel like the FBA people and the ADOS people need to calm down that rhetoric about non-foundational Black Americans and non-ADOS people, because it put a nasty taste in the mouth of Black people around the world. And it just like Umar was saying, when they go to the museums and they see all these entertainers and athletes, they think that's what all Black Americans think. And when the ADOS people and FBA people get up and talk negative about our brothers and sisters that's not a part of what we got going on, it just don't make no sense, and we'll never make it like that. I do believe in a unity of Black people, FBA or ADOS people in America, to get on one track. I do believe in that, but that don't got nothing to do with the so-called immigrant, Black immigrant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you, brother Mike. Well said. Well said, man. It's the link right there. Anybody want to pull up and talk? But yeah, man. Cause I know Kwame Ture, he had a speech here, didn't he, brother Mike, in Nashville?
Yeah, he had a speech at he spoke at TSU. I think he spoke at Fisk and he spoke at Vanderbilt. Mm-hmm. The TSU speech is what incited the riot on Jefferson Street. And you know, it was Black people versus Black people, and then the white cop come in, and you know, and shit went left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was one of his proudest moments. You know what I'm saying? Kwame Ture is one of his proudest moments of what happened on Jefferson Street. You know what I mean? But you know the history of Jefferson Street, how they put that fucking interstate right in the middle of it, and you know, and all of that type of shit. So we gotta understand, we gotta wake up and realize, man, that it's one path toward revolution, and that's revolution. It's simple. Listen to the Malcolm X Ballad of the Bullet speech. See, people gotta go back in time. You gotta be a time traveler. Like when I tell my kids I'm a time traveler, they laugh at me. You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand what I'm talking about. I go back in time and pay attention to the atmosphere and what was going on and where we are today. And the shit's still going on because nobody ever caught on to what the brother was saying. You got, especially when they kill him. You got to look at Martin Luther King's last year of his life when he did that speech about opposing the war in Vietnam. You know, he was killed a year to the date, the same day that he did that speech. They caught him in Memphis and killed him. You see what I'm saying? So, and then they listened, like I listened to that speech why I'm opposed to the war in Vietnam. You know what I mean? And I also listened to a lecture of Kwame Ture when he talked about how he convinced Martin Luther King and the young college kids convinced him to go against the war in Vietnam by basically bringing up a guy that was a hothead in the civil rights movement. And then they had to get Martin Luther King had to talk to him personally and tell him that it's about nonviolence. And then they seen King and they told King about the guy and King was like, yeah, where he at? And then dude was like, he dead. And he was like, oh, what happened to him? He said he got killed in Vietnam. I guess your nonviolence tactic didn't work for him. I guess he put his gun down, let the Vietnamese kill him. You know what I'm saying? So they told Dr. King that you was a hypocrite. How you gonna be against an oppressor fighting us and killing us and be nonviolent, but then we go and join the oppressor as mercenaries and go kill another people? You see what I'm saying? So once he did that, and then Martin Luther King was turning the tide, he had these white people. You know what I'm saying? And basically his philosophy was like, if black people want, if people want change in America, he was like, black people are not here to teach white people to change. He said that's the white people's job. You know what I'm saying? Once he started getting that message across, man, they had to take him out. Because you could talk to a people with common sense, and then a lot of people with common sense go understand. It's like the way they do us, divide and conquer. We got to do them the same way. We got to do them the same way. Our so-called allies, we got to get them to divide from their people. And then that's the only way we're going to make it. Same tactic, man. It's just simple. Divide and conquer.
All right, bro. All right. My bad, fam. I'm sitting here trying to fold these clothes, man. But Mike's spitting though, what? Mike's spitting, talking that talk today, man.
Man, it just only makes sense, bro. You know, it only makes sense, man. It's like we just gotta, basically what we gotta do as black people, we gotta come to an understanding that we are at the bottom. You know, the ADOS and the FBA, they understand this, but they push out against immigrants. Like, it's not their fault that the slave master preferred them over us. You see what I'm saying? Why are we upset with them? It's Hollywood that's picking these immigrants to play our leaders. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no black, it wasn't no FBA that picked that African guy to play Dr. King. It was a white fucking movie exec that picked him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand how they could be upset with these people because the white people favor them over us. They favor them over us because they don't want nothing from them. They're not trying to change the status quo. We are. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing about it. I think what they need to do is like, you can boycott these movies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like our greatest freedom fighter, Harriet Tubman, man. You know, what's her name? Cynthia Erivo. She's not FBA or ADOS, but they gave her that role. They even gave her a role to play Aretha Franklin. You see what I'm saying? And then they mad about it, and then they go in on the African or the immigrant and go in on them, but not going in. They just interviewed for a job and got it. You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand that philosophy either, man. It's just crazy to me, man. How you gonna be mad at a person for another person giving them something about you? Go against the system. Don't go against that person, because that person ain't doing nothing but getting a job. You know what I'm saying? That's controlled by the status quo, and we mad about it. That shit just don't make no sense. So you want to beg them for the job versus over them. It comes to a situation like, don't pick him, pick me. Versus fuck all of this shit, I'm gonna do my own thing. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna boycott that shit because it's not true. You see what I'm saying? I don't get it, bro. I just don't get it. We fucked up as a people. We looking for the wrong fight. That's why sometimes I think that this shit is funded by outside white people, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think ADOS had they start up with some, I don't know, because I've been hearing this a lot, but ain't nobody really just gave me no real solid evidence that a white ring organization funded them. I don't know. But I know that left wing funded BLM. You know what I'm saying? We know that.
Yeah.
And you know, the NAACP started by white folks. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what do we got?
You know that too.
What do we got?
Too, because you were speaking on the HBCUs
Right.
And like you were saying, they go all they go, damn, they circle all the way back to institutions. Like you said earlier, bro.
Like in Tennessee, that land grant that they give these colleges, you heard about how the University of Tennessee stole millions of dollars from Tennessee State University over the years. You see what I'm saying? They was taking the money that was supposed to be going to Tennessee State University. You had to have people like Oprah Winfrey and Bill Cosby and Michael Jackson to come through and donate to TSU and Fisk. You see what I'm saying? In order for them to survive. But it was money that was actually owed to them from the government that was supposed to be given to them, that they was giving money to the white colleges as well, but we never got it. And the black people are not educated enough to even understand that. You know what I'm saying? That money is like owed to us like a form of reparations. You see what I'm saying? But we don't know that because we don't have people that's actually out there teaching us the truth. We got people out there that never critical think. Whatever that book tell you to do, you go for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like they tell you that slavery was put in the Constitution for 20 years, but it lasted way longer than 200 and some years. You see what I'm saying? And then, you know, when you go to the average white person, they be like, okay, they put that in there so they could build a country. But not thinking, okay, so you say you put slavery in your Constitution to build your country, but never thought about the people that you were stealing and taking from another country that destroyed them. You see what I'm saying? And then we'll roll with that. And we'll put ourselves outside of what's actually going on instead of just facing this shit head on. And I think black people are like, they still dreaming and shit, bro. We dreaming. We'll fight for not to build a wall, but not paying attention to basic economics, that we're at the bottom of the ladder. And the jobs that's coming over here that they're taking are actually immigrants that black people used to possess. If you ride around Nashville, you're gonna see a lot of people doing yard work and stuff like that, cutting grass. It's all Hispanics.
Yeah.
You take your ass to Memphis, it's all black people. You take your ass to Alabama, it's all black people. You take your ass to Mississippi, it's all black people. Now you see the trend is the Hispanics are coming, and it's pushing further and further down south. They're coming in through Texas. You see what I'm saying? And Arizona out through that way, and it's pushing down south. But the black people, the problem with the black people is they see that the white people are racist. So they like, nah, we're not going with that because y'all racist against the Hispanic, but you fighting against your own better interest. They're racist, but at the same time, the racism is not pointed towards you. So mind your own fucking business. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I was watching Roland Martin, man, and this motherfucker was calling out all the non-black groups to fight for black people voting rights. Ain't none of these motherfuckers standing up because they mind their own business. It don't affect them. You see what I'm saying? The Hispanics want this shit to happen because so they could flood in and then they could take over the voting block. You know what I mean? So we just need to wake the fuck up, man, and quit looking at everything that's racist against other people like it affect us. It don't. Sometimes it don't, because we've been affected by everything already. We need to just mind our own business and state our claim in this country and get it. I fuck with ADOS because of that and FBA because of that. But I don't fuck with them, and I don't consider myself a part of them because of what they say about the black people that's actually not FBA and don't got nothing to do with what the fuck going on in this country. They just reaping the benefits. I could go to another country. I would give a fuck if they was friendly toward black people from America and they gonna give me a boost. I'm gonna go to that country and take advantage of every opportunity that I got. You see what I'm saying? The problem ain't with me going to that country. It's with the government that's allowing me to do this. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem we got right now. We got to fight our government head on and get what's owed to us and stop worrying about everybody else and what the government doing for it. They ain't got shit to do with it. We can bring it up and be like, okay, y'all gave them this and y'all done this for them, but this is what we did and this is what we produced and this is what was stolen from us. You see what I'm saying? That's the argument that we need, man. And we can have a whole lot of black people that help us out. But like that, what's that guy name, man, that was arguing? That British guy that you told him to stop arguing about some shit, whatever his name is. But he had a point. He had a hell of a point, man. He was just too emotional for me, though.
What was he saying? I don't remember the argument you're talking
He
about.
was talking about how ADOS is separating themselves from Africa and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But how you gonna say you American, but you take the African off? You see what I'm saying? But my thing is, fuck, take the African and the American off. You know what I mean? Fuck that shit until we get something of our own. You can't fight America and say that you're American. Can't do that. Them Jewish people got reparations because they were Jewish, not because they were German Jews. They were Jews. And then they control all the media. You know what I mean? So they're gonna push their agenda out there. You're gonna go to school and you're gonna read about Anne Frank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We read that. God damn, that's crazy, man. Hell yeah, we had to do a big boy project on Anne Frank.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? It's like instead of reading books like Good Fortune, it's a book called Good Fortune that I read, well, I want to say about 15 years ago. A young 12-year-old girl wrote it. It's a fictional account of slavery, but it's on point, you know, and the slave girl that was running away, it's a true story. She was hiding in the attic of these white people. You know what I'm saying? Way before Anne Frank. We don't hear nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? We don't hear nothing about how these slaves was on the Underground Railroad hiding in these white people houses, living in the attics and down in the basements and stuff like that, in secret compartments that they built. You see what I'm saying? For months at a time, for years at a time. We don't hear about that, our history. But we hear about Anne Frank and stuff like that. But we can't be mad at the curriculum that they put in school because that's theirs. And the Jews put out Anne Frank. There's no black people pushing our agendas. You see what I'm saying? They want white people to build the curriculum and then push it. It ain't gonna work like that. I took advantage of it. I don't know about other black people, but I took advantage of it with my kids. Perfect time to get them out of their school system and start teaching them shit. Who's to say that, you know what I mean, they're gonna go with it, but at least I put it out there. You know what I'm saying?
What y'all saying, Chaz? Mike speaking the gospel on this Sunday, man. Happy Sunday. God damn it. Got Deacon Mike in the motherfucking building. I'm in the laundry room, loading up the washer, just letting Pastor Mike do his thing, man. Yes,
But just
sir.
think about it though. It's just common sense, bro. If we just use common goddamn sense, and we'll be all right as a people, man. This ain't about hating nobody else. This is about understanding who you are and what your worth is in the world. You're not gonna tell your little daughter that she's not worth nothing. You're gonna tell her you're worth everything. Get whatever you can out of this world. That don't don't degrade yourself. Don't do this. Don't do that. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna get your worth. And black people need to understand that, man. We need to understand what our worth is. We don't have to. It's like, bro, you know how the older generation is, man. How when the white folks come around, they change up everything. They speak a certain way. They tell you don't do this, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? When you in black organizations and shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how it go, bro. I don't even want to. Me and you will talk about this outside of the stream, but it's some real life shit that me and you done been through, and we've been there at the same time. And I don't know if you peeped it or not. You know what I'm saying? In this organization that we was out there for the kids for. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of shit was going on, and they was like acting a certain way when these white folks come. I'm talking about whatever the fuck this white man said, these corny ass jokes, they laughed at it. And I'm like, this shit ain't even funny. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Everybody trying to help him. You know what I'm saying? He don't even need help. Bro, it's just crazy. Like I'm gonna give you an example, bro, of how off cold black people are. I was at a basketball tournament, bro, and we was playing against this team. And the little white kid, he was just beating the fuck out of all our kids. You know what I mean? He was elbowing them.
He was doing all type of dirty shit. He was pushing. You know what I mean? I'm complaining to the refs. And then one little black kid that's from the hood, he showed up late. So I threw him in the game. And he peeped it. I ain't even say nothing to him. He peeped it. He hit this little white kid with an elbow dead in his fucking nose. You know what I'm saying? Bust his nose, knocked him on the ground. But this little white kid, same white kid, bust my star player in the mouth and busted his lip. Did nobody come to this black kid aid? I had to take him out, take him to the bathroom, rinse his mouth out. Did nobody come to his aid? But soon as that little white boy went down, 3 other fucking parents on my team ran over there. And I'm looking at them like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all just didn't see him bust this kid in his fucking mouth? Y'all didn't see him push this other kid in the back and knocked him down? Y'all don't understand that he got 4 fucking fouls already? You know what I'm saying? But you know what they did? Then this white kid was their star player. They went out, they grabbed ice, they grabbed all type of shit, they stopped the game. You know what I'm saying? And the game didn't continue till he was like, okay, I'm ready to play. And I'm just looking like, what the fuck? You got black referees. This is a black tournament, and this is what y'all do. So I was just like, man, I'm over this shit.
Yeah,
we won't even fight for our own kids, bro. We won't even fight for our own kids. And I'm telling the refs, I'm like, man, this kid is a dirty player, bro. And he was too old to be out there. Because one of the other kids knew what school he went to. They were like, nah, he older. He don't even supposed to be on this team. And I ain't tell the refs that, but I'm like, man, dude, he's a dirty player. He was dirty. You know what the ref told me?
What's that?
Man, I don't got a dog in this fight. I'm like, by you saying it, let me know you do. Man, it's hard having an all-black team, bro. Baseball, basketball, no matter what. Only difference is in football, you're expected to have an all-black team.
Yeah.
But basketball, you are too. But baseball, we can't win a game with an all-black team. And then when I brought in the one little white ringer, boy, they kicked him out. Told him he couldn't play with us. Made up some type of rule. And then the dude who actually was supposed to be for us, he was with it. And I was like, oh my God. That's where we at in the world today, man. We won't even fight against blatant injustice for our kids, bro. It's a damn shame. And and then after the game was over with and we lost by 1 point, and we had our team meeting, and I told all the parents to come to the team meeting, and I pointed them parents out in front of the kids, and I told them what they did. I said, we lost by 1 point because you went over there to help him. I said, but when he went down, what did y'all do? I said, did y'all rush out of the crowd? Did y'all come with ice? And I said, this is our star player. What did y'all do? And they had their heads down because they knew I was right. I said, what kind of control do these people have over y'all where y'all don't even give a fuck about y'all own kids and y'all don't want to see them kids hurt? I'm like, look, I don't want to see no kid hurt. But at the same time, I expect for y'all to treat our kids the same way y'all treat them. We got to treat our own kids the same with a special privilege, man. We don't even do that, bro. It's crazy.
Right.
It's taught through the churches, bro. The churches, these the Democratic and Republican parties. You know what I mean? None of these parties lift black people. The only way Candace Owens is getting a following is because she's talking negative about black people. What if she said positive about black people that you ever heard her in her whole life? Never.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't listen to her. I just get sound bites, and it's always.
I listen to the enemy, bro. I listen to her. Oh, I listen to her. I follow her on Twitter. I listen to her. She ain't shit. But a lot of them ain't shit. Even the ones that you think is for you, they ain't shit. We just out here lost, bro.
Yeah, man.
I just don't understand it, man. And you know what I mean? It's like I still fuck with some of the parents too, though, on that shit too. It's like a little inside joke we have, you know what I mean? And I tell them, man, Are you a black white supremacist or what? You know what I'm saying? That shit just didn't make no sense, man. I'm talking about, and then the little kid who actually elbowed him, it wasn't even intentional because he didn't even know that the kid was running around doing all of that shit. He got to the game late. He didn't even try to do that. You know, his daddy went in on him, told me to take him out of the game. And the ref was like, nah, he didn't try to do it. And his dad was like, no, get his ass out of there. He ain't playing no more. And I was like, bro, calm down. You know what I mean? Y'all just got here, but y'all ain't seen what this little boy been doing the whole game. And he pulled his son up out of the game and then let him back in, bro. No bullshit. All because I'm like, oh my God, these black kids don't got a chance in the world. And it's our fault. And they all over there shaking them white folks' hand. If we would have won that game, you know what I mean? You know, I like to play my teams up. You know what I'm saying? If we would have won that game, bro, them white folks wouldn't have congratulated us like we was over there congratulating them from beating us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just crazy, man. And then they get mad at me because I don't want to integrate my team. And I'm like, why? It's so many young black boys out here that don't have nothing. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'd rather pay for them than put a privileged kid on the team that'll pay for it. I don't give a fuck. I'll pay for it myself. It's about him having an opportunity, escaping the projects. You know what I mean? Nigga born in the projects like me, didn't leave up out of that motherfucker. I went to 3 different projects where my aunties lived. I lived in one, and my aunties lived in 2 other sets of projects. And I thought that I was doing something. I didn't know shit until I was about 19 or 20 years old, bro, that it was life outside of the projects. I did not understand that, bro. I thought that that's what it was. You got grown and you lived in the projects because everybody in my family lived there. All my friends was there. Bitches was having babies and getting projects. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We was hanging in their houses and shit. I thought that's what it was, bro. It's about us teaching us. Crazy, bro. Like your boy Leo said, man, we need to start that church. Hey, Leo was on point with that, bro. Leo may say a lot of crazy shit, but you gotta factor in the truth that he say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was on his church mission for a minute.
Man, Leo, listen, bro, before we even start doing this stream, bro, Leo for years was trying to convince me. He was like, bro, we could do this.
Yeah. Me too. That was his talk every time I saw him for about 3 months. He like, yeah, man, I'm gonna put together this church.
Because Leo understand where the power starts. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
He know it. He know it, man. He know it. So as far as your sports shit, Mike, what's next? What's next on the sports, man? Your kids playing football?
Yeah, man, you know, they dominated yesterday, but my son, he ain't get to make it. My other kids, they there though. The other, you know, I bring like 6 or 7 kids to the team, you feel me?
Yeah.
So they all over there. They just dominated them games they played yesterday. They FaceTiming me like, man, this shit too easy.
That's cool.
So they stay moving, they stay active. And then I let them know, man, this ain't about no fucking NBA dream right now. This ain't about no NFL dream. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is about you. Like, bro, it's like, and I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. This younger generation of kids that I got right now, their mindset is black power. Everything they do is black power. On the court, on the football field, on the baseball field, it's all about black power. And they understand if they make it, they owe me and the community. You see what I'm saying? So basically, when I tell them they owe me, that means they got to do something for the community. Don't give nothing directly to me. Give it to the community. If you love what I done for you when you was growing up, build a fucking community center and name that motherfucker Brother Mike Community Center. You see what I'm saying? You don't got to give me a goddamn dime. Yeah. You got to pull up little kids that was you and help them. So we all on that level, man. They all understand that, bro. This younger generation of kids, bro, I got their minds where they need to be. And you know what I mean? It's like I experimented with the older kids. Some of them fell off because their parents wasn't with it. But this younger generation of kids that done grew up with this police brutality and it's right in their face. You see what I'm saying? Oh, they with it. They totally with the Black Power. And some of my Christians, that's how I knew. Some of my Muslims, that's how I knew that the Black nationalist movement can actually work. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them go to school, you know what I mean? And then you got some of them that are LGBTQ, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know what I mean? But we all on one accord, you know what I'm saying? And I don't look down on them, you know what I mean? And the kids, you know what I mean? We explain to their kids, you know what I mean? That's just what it is. This is society that you're growing up in today, but that's still your parent, and you gotta respect your parent. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean you gotta be like that if you don't, you know what I mean? It ain't natural, but you know, we gotta keep moving. You know what I'm saying? So we don't never isolate them and put a banner of shame over them, you know what I mean? Because we all Black people, man. That's an argument that we have behind closed doors. We don't have that in public. So as far as the white folks know, when we do have our Black nationalist meeting, and then you got the LGBTQ that's there, but not faking like a woman faking like she a man, or a man faking like he a woman. You know what I'm saying? You come as you were born, but whatever you got going on sexually ain't got nothing to do with me. You see what I'm saying? We don't broadcast it. You see what I'm saying? Let them do what they do behind closed doors, but that shouldn't hinder the movement. You know what I mean? And the problem with them is like we don't even like our LGBT brothers and sisters, man. That's a big issue. We got to get to them, because they in a movement that's racist toward them too. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about them. They using them. So we got to let them know, man, listen, this shit is real out here. So once we get all of that shit knocked out of the way, get the brainwashing of the enemy out of their head, then we could work on what they got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just got one rule. Leave that shit at home. That shit ain't got nothing to do with these kids. And what you do sexually ain't got nothing to do with what's going on in the movement. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why they want to push sexuality out there. That don't make no sense. You know what I mean? Some men like some men like to do shit sexually with their wife. You know what I'm saying? Or their girlfriend and different shit, but they don't push that shit out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't push that I'm a straight Black man out there. You already know it. You see what I'm saying? So why should I push it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just don't make no sense. And we gotta quit getting caught up in that argument, bro. We gotta get it's just an argument that don't mean nothing, bro.
Yeah, I hear you, Mike.
Like,
It's an agenda. It's another part of the agenda, another part of the division.
Yeah. I just feel like, man, you just can't come to my meeting and you're a man and you got a dress on and lipstick. You're not gonna be let in the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm not letting you in the door. You can't come in. That's just the bottom line. You can't come in because you're confused. You know what I mean? Now, you could come in dressed like a man and be a homosexual. That ain't got nothing to do with me. What you do behind closed doors. We strictly about the mission. But you're not finna come in here dressed like no fucking woman. We ain't finna do that. I'm not trying to confuse these kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, when I was growing up, bro, we used to throw rocks at the sissies in the neighborhood. We all, you know, every hood got the sissies running around. You know what I mean? But we didn't gay bash them like the white folks do. We never just isolated them and beat them up. You know what I'm saying? We argue back and forth, but we never put them out of the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just a mental thing that's going on with them, man. And I just feel like, you know what I mean? It's like all that shit is taught, bro. Racism is taught. All that shit is taught. Poor old Dwayne Wade's son, man. I just feel so sorry for him. 12, 13 years old. That's when you start coming into liking girls and stuff. You know what I mean? He don't know. You know what I mean? How can you be 5 years old and say you gay? Come on, man. I wasn't thinking about no girls at 5 and 6 years old, man.
Watch this, brother Mike. I got a quick video real quick. Real quick video. Hold on, let me mute my mic. It's the chance y'all see it on the screen, man. Get the likes up. Hit the like button, man. Yeah, let me play this real quick.
Will convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it. You can keep them from disco, warn about San Francisco. We're coming for your children. We're coming for your children. The gay agenda is coming home. The gay agenda is here. We'll convert your children.
Man, what kind of shit is that, bro?
I don't know what that was about. The shit you see on the internet. What the fuck?
Hey, they being sarcastic, but they for real, bro.
I know, for real. That's what people saying. Yeah, that's what people saying, man. You see it coming a mile away.
Is, bro. You can be who you want to be, man. Be who you want to be. But when you like, they make more of a big deal out of it than anybody do. It wouldn't be it ain't no gay fucking hate and all that shit. They putting that shit out there, bro.
Yeah.
I don't see nobody running around here anti-gay trying to hurt and kill gay people. I don't see that at all.
Nah. That ain't black people style anyway, man.
No.
That ain't black people style, man.
Yeah, Born Rich, this is something I want to ask you about, bro. What do you think about that girl?
Oh shit. They didn't want to hear that. Brother Mike, YouTube got you out of here, man. I don't know what that was about. Come back, bro. I don't know what happened. Damn. YouTube said, fuck this. Let's see. There you go. All right, you back, Mike. What you say?
What do you think about that girl dropping out of the Olympics, man? What's her name? Simone? What's her name?
Yeah, Simone Biles.
Yeah, what you think about that?
I don't know, brother Mike, man. Like I said, man, I hate the way this sounds, man. But I am just now coming around to certain mental illnesses, I guess. See what I'm saying? I've always really thought people can. I always wondered, like, why you can't just, in a way, fix yourself. You know what I mean? Why you can't just. I don't know, man. I don't know. I always looked at mental illness as just an excuse. But
Look,
I say these
she don't
last
have no mental illness, bro. What mental illness she got?
Well, yeah, I don't know. But the times we're in now that you can just say mental illness and people got to respect it.
I think it was some bullshit.
You
know what I mean? You're not an Olympian. You're not an Olympian. That's just what it is. You're not an Olympian. That's the whole part of being a top athlete in the Olympics. It's performing at a high level that can't nobody else perform at. And it's like, Simone, you did all of these other competitions with the same group of people, with the same amount of TV exposure, and you shine. I don't understand why you go to Tokyo and then you don't do it, but then you go out there and you sit in the crowd and you watch this little Asian girl take your glory. I don't understand that at all. What's behind that? The other little black girl dropped out too, the tennis girl. I don't understand that, man. What's going on?
I don't know, man. It's a new day, Mike. It's a new day, and they saying you have to respect it. I don't know. It was just, man, we kind of had this conversation before, but it's always the way I grew up. It was like mental illness wasn't supposed to hold you back, and it wasn't going to being an excuse. And I think I get that from the older generation. See what I'm saying? We had mentally ill, and I say this all the time. We had mentally ill people in our family, but Granny would just tell him to take his crazy ass in the room. Yeah, here go
Right.
your plate. Here go your plate. Somebody take his crazy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody take your uncle a plate in his room. And everybody knew he was crazy. But he wasn't never diagnosed with anything. And when it was time to handle business, you see what I'm saying? Crazy or not, when Granny needed that trash to go outside to the dumpster, he was gonna get that damn trash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's weird. Like I said, I'm slowly starting to change my mentality, my thinking on mental illness. Because I
Man,
do have
listen.
a
The whole I think, bro, you know what I think about the little girl, man? She ain't got no black power in her. You see what I'm saying? She, gymnastics is a primarily white sport anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she had that black nationalist approach to her. You know what I mean? I was thinking when I first seen, I was like, Simone, she dropped out. I was like, okay, she on some political shit. You know what I mean? I was thinking that she was gonna be like, I'm in protest of this and that. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't say nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's like I don't trust myself. I don't understand it. Gymnastics is a dangerous sport. Don't get me wrong. You up in the air, you doing all that flipping and shit, you can break your motherfucking neck. But she been doing it and she's damn great at it, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just she didn't have enough black people around her, bro, to push her through whatever mental illness that she got going through. Because a lot of black people that hang with primarily white folks, they do suffer from some type of mental fucking illness. You know what I'm saying? Because they see the world differently from what we see it in reality, bro. The average black girl from the hood wouldn't let none of that shit bother her. You know what I'm saying? Like the little track star girl. You see what I'm saying? She smoked a joint because her mama died, and they held that shit against her. You know what I mean? But the rules are the rules. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you could tell she got some type of black nationalism behind her. You know what I'm saying? The way she think. That little girl ain't got none of it behind her, bro. In order for her to just quit like that and be like, oh, I can't do it. You know what I mean? Forgive me, but man, that's some white people shit, bro. Fuck all that. That's some white people shit.
I don't know, man. That sister got a lot on her mind, man. Because that Olympic teacher who that was sexually assaulting all them young girls for the U.S. Gymnastics team. He assaulted her too, man. So
White guy.
know. Yeah, white guy was doing
That's
it
what
for
I'm
years.
saying.
Yeah, I listened
That's
to.
what I'm
I
saying.
ended up watching a documentary on him. Yeah, he was messing with them little girls for years, bro. Like over 10 years.
I just feel like, man, if she'd have had enough black people in her circle, she wouldn't have never backed down. Just think about it, man. It's a big difference when you look up in the crowd and it's people that look like you there and they rooting for you and your friends are there, but then you surrounded by a bunch of white folks. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference, bro. I feel like, man, like she made it to the top level. It's like everything that she done lost out on that she just gave to this little Asian girl that wasn't nowhere near better than her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She gave it all away.
You think she should have just finished the job?
Man, you started that job. What about these little girls that's looking up to her, man? These little black girls out here that's looking up to her. That's like, I can do this one day. You just put fear in all of these little girls' heart. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it,
But what
man.
about her being? But what about on the flip side, her being an advocate for mental illness?
I dig that, but if she was around a little bit more black people, she wouldn't even be suffering from whatever type of fucking mental illness that she got. Made her afraid to get up there and compete on that level that she been dominating. She ain't just been like barely winning; she been dominating, bro. You feel me? I feel like
You
if she
think
would have
she
made a
was
mistake, she
afraid?
probably still would have walked, huh?
You think she was afraid?
She had to be. She had to be. It's that stage that scared her. I don't know what they putting in this girl head, bro. But she ain't around enough black people, if you ask me. So I'm gonna always look at it in those eyes when I see black people isolated around white folks. What's going on? What are they doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, but you got enough confidence to go and watch. And they was like, oh, she's a gamer. She's a gamer. She's a gamer. And I'm like, what do you mean she's a gamer? You know what I'm saying? She ain't compete. She's so courageous that she goes in and watch the other people. Nah, that's cowardice if you ask me. I sit down, but then I watch somebody else compete in my spot and win. Nah, fuck that. You ain't better than me, goddammit.
They've been fucking with her too, penalizing her for doing things that the other people can't do. I don't know, man. It seemed like this Olympics, it seemed like they had something against black folks this Olympics for some reason, you know?
I think they always had something against her. You remember the other night when we was talking about the Olympics, and I was saying that all of these black people are flying under these false flags, United States, Great Britain, Australia, and all of these other false ass flags that they got them competing against each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem, bro. They're not around people like us. Like, I could look at it like, say, for instance, if it was my daughter, I'd tell her, listen, I don't want to hear that bullshit. You done came this fucking far. I got the total confidence in you. You're gonna do this. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about nobody but you winning. She would have got up there and she would have won that motherfucker.
I feel you, man, but that Olympic shit is dangerous too, man. Like if you the type of shit she do, if you not there all the way mentally, you can really hurt yourself. You can break a fucking neck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you said, bro, it's something about the black people that they against this Olympics, and somebody done put something in her head. You see what I'm saying? If she had more black people in her camp, I don't think she would have been. I think she would have came out on top.
She'd have came out on top. Yeah, that's what I think too, bro. Because I know, like I said, they've been fucking with her. You know, it's weird because how you penalize somebody? Like, let's say you supposed to do 6 flips in a row in the air. She fuck around and do 7 or 8 and then get penalized for that shit. Like, I don't, you know, so it's like they was, you know, and then they hold, you know, certain attire that promotes black people. They don't want that shit being worn. You know, you can't make no political statements. There was even like a black swimming cap, you know, made specifically for black people. They, you know, they banned that from, so it's like they, you know, I don't know, man. Kind of went out of their way to discourage motherfuckers or something. You know what I mean?
Right. I blame that she didn't have enough black people in her corner, man. I think that's where the mental illness come in at. You don't have people like you that straighten you out on your confusion when you get confused. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. They probably met. You see now, like you said, she got all them white folks in her corner. She used to just date white men too. But the sister finally went and got her brother, you know what I mean? NFL player. So they probably was upset with her about that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I ain't know that about her. Yeah, that makes sense too. And they will put shit in her head. And you know, this anti-Asian shit going on. So it look good for America for an Asian person to win the Olympics.
I mean, same thing happened with that other sister, the tennis player. You know, she you know, they've been fucking with her too. You know what I mean?
Is she still playing, or did she drop out too? The Osaka.
She played and went to go represent Japan. Lost, got knocked out in the 3rd round or something like that.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, I ain't been keeping up with the Olympics really like that.
Yeah, she went to go play for Japan, and you know, she lost, and then they turned around and shitted on her, like, you know.
Yeah, I know. I heard that they were gonna tell the Olympians to know, you know, don't put your fist in the air, don't take a knee, and all of that shit. I did hear that they told the people that.
Yeah, that's bullshit right there. So I'm supposed to salute this flag
but I can't make a stance for my people.
Yeah.
There's one sister from South America. She put it in her routine. You know how they do the little dances before they do their flips and shit. And
Yeah.
she, at the end of her routine, she got down on one knee and put the fist up in the air. And they couldn't penalize her because it was a part of her routine, you know. She found the way to
And you
work
say
that
she
shit
was from
in.
where?
Yeah, she said she did that for black people, for what's been going on, what's been happening to black people in America, you know.
And where's
The
she from?
sister, I think she's from Colombia, one of them countries down there in South America. You
Yeah,
know,
you
one of
see
them
the
black
useful
countries.
tool. You see the useful tool that we could have that's non-F foundational Black America. That's a useful tool. You see what I'm saying? We could
There's some
use these
riders that,
people.
yeah, I don't knock all of them. Like I said, some of them are definitely riders, you know, but I just say we just gotta vet them, you know what I mean? Do a better job at that. But there's some riders amongst them, you know.
Let me see if
But
I
you
can.
know, Biles, she gonna come back to America. They're gonna give her a standing ovation and all of that shit. Because you stood by and let the Asian girl win.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted us representing this year, you know, especially with everything that's been going on, and you know, damn near the whole world supporting us, you know, in those riots and shit. I think they, you know, they didn't really want to see us on that national stage this year, man. They probably relieved that she didn't compete.
Okay. Yeah, I just came back to the comments. Okay, so Osaka lost her match. Yeah, I did hear about the Jamaican runners, man. Shout out to them. Yeah, the Jamaican. Damn, what did they say? Won all of them clean sweep. Damn, Jamaicans are fast, man.
Yeah, salute to that Jamaican sister. She broke Flo Jo's record.
But the
She broke.
the Jamaicans won gold, silver, and bronze.
Right. It's still look, y'all gotta look at it like they're not Jamaicans, they black people, so it's still with us. When a European or Asian or somebody else win, that's when it's outside of us. You see what I'm saying? So we still got it. It's gonna take a black person to top a black person. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen what Nicki Minaj did though? Like she kind of tried to throw some shade at the sister that got kicked out the competition for smoking the weed. She kind of like threw shade at her, and at the same time was bigging up the Jamaican sister. You know, that whole divisive shit. You know what I'm saying?
See, Nicki Minaj, look at her name. She's an industry whore. So whatever the fuck she say don't got nothing. It holds no relevance, no weight at all. She's just an industry whore. Who comes out saying your name is Minaj? Bitch, get on somewhere.
Yeah, she's always throwing shade at foundational Black Americans. You know, as much money as she made off of our culture. You know, she had something to say when that dude Michael B. Jordan wanted to name his liquor Jubei. You know, she had an issue with that. You know, called him a culture vulture.
What? Damn.
And I was mad that he apologized for that shit. He said I won't use the name.
Damn, I
And
ain't
even
know
her
about
own,
that.
yeah, even her own people tore her ass up about that too. You know, a lot of people from Trinidad was like, man, Nikki needs to shut up, man. You know.
Is she from Trinidad or her parents from Trinidad?
She's from Trinidad. She's Trinidadian. I think she came to this country probably when she was young. You know. But yeah, she tried to. It was almost as if she was saying shout out to the Jamaican sister, but fuck the American sister that was running. You know, So it's a little controversial. And then a lot of times these entertainers, they do things like that just to get attention too, because they, when they're not as relevant as they used to be, they got to do something big and controversial to get that attention, clout chasing and all that.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I never liked Nicki Minaj anyway.
Me neither. I think she has a very fucked up attitude. And she's very disrespectful. I remember when she came out with that song "Looking Ass Niggas" and had Malcolm X, the picture of Malcolm X, that picture of Malcolm X looking out the window with the gun in his hand.
Yeah.
And she used that as the cover for that particular song, for that single, "Looking Ass Niggas," and then used his picture. I thought that was really, really disrespectful, man. And another time she said some slick shit about Rosa Parks, like, get your ass to the back of the bus, Rosa Parks. Like, it's like, come on, man. We don't go out. Yeah. She did a lot of greasy shit, man. Like with like a vitriol toward, foundational Black Americans, She did a lot of negative shit, man.
Damn, I didn't know that about that bitch. But then all these black women, they running around here loving her ass. She don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah, I just never really liked her. I didn't like the way she I don't like the way she dealt with Safari either, man. The way she did that boy was dirty. Well, that was her boyfriend, man. The whole time they was together. She just was like cheating on the guy and just treating him like shit. And eventually just left him. You know what I mean? He was the dude that used to write her rhymes for her, was there for her at the beginning of her career, helped her get on. He was good enough for her then, but once she started getting money, she started acting real shady toward the guy, and then, Meek Mill came in and took her from him, And then, if that wasn't enough, she started getting online and roasting him, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, look, it's all right, it's bad enough you left the dude, you done got rich, and then you left him out in the cold, but then for you to rub it in his face like that, you know what I mean? It just shows you what type of person she is,
Is that actually her? Like, I seen some old footage of her, and she was talking about that she was fucking with Remy Ma back in the day. Was that her? You seen that footage?
Yeah, I don't think that was her. Some people were saying that was her. I don't think that was her, though. I don't think that was her. But she's not as relevant as she used to be, so. How y'all feel about that with that whole situation with Whack 100 doing an interview with Tekashi 6ix9ine?
I ain't seen that one.
Yeah, he got some backlash for that,
What was he doing? Promoting 6ix9ine with the bullshit he with?
Pretty much, promoting him, saying that as far as he's concerned, 6ix9ine is a civilian and it's the guys that allowed him to run with them. It was their fault, which there's some truth to that. But I wouldn't just say that 6ix9ine is totally innocent in that whole thing. A lot of that stuff was his idea. He was putting hits out on dudes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, those guys are stupid for following him and all of that. But a lot of it's not like they try to make it seem like you know, this is some innocent Spanish kid and motherfuckers made him do all that shit. Nah, that was his idea. You know, he had a plan, you know, that he control and blow up and get a lot of money if he had Bloods behind him and was doing all these things. So, you know, a lot of that, like I said, a lot of that was his idea. You know, so he's like I said, he's not totally innocent in that whole thing. And, you know, the thing with Wack is just like, you know, you talk all this big blood shit and how you the OG and how you follow the rules and it's all about the rules and on pie rule and this, that, and the third. And then you turn around and you do an interview with this guy. And then, you know, when dudes ask you like, well, what's up with the rules? And, you know, you said you got rules and this, that, and the third. And he turn around and say, well, you know what? I'm Wack 100. I do whatever I want to do. So, you know, it's like, you know, it's like you're a hypocrite then. You know what I mean? You say one thing one day, and then you don't stand on it the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. All these niggas, these rappers and these niggas in that industry, man, you know what I mean? You just gotta look at them a certain type of way because at the end of the day, they bow down to them record execs and them Jews that run that shit. So they're gonna say whatever they want to say to make it safe for them to make money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was real crazy though because his artist, he got two artists, right? He got The Game and he got Blueface, and you know, both of those guys is beefing with Tekashi 6ix9ine. So I wonder, like, how do your artists feel with you doing an interview and co-signing this guy, knowing that your artist is beefing with this guy and you know going back and forth with this dude? Like you know, and that's this is the same dude that claimed that he was good friends with Suge Knight, and Suge Knight gave him his first opportunity at Death Row, and this the same guy that went and threw Tupac under the bus. Now we know, you know, Suge Knight look at Tupac as like a brother that speaks very highly of Tupac. You supposed to be Suge Knight homeboy, and then you turn around and throw Tupac on. So he to me, he's like a snake. You know what I mean? He has very snakish ways. You know, he can't be trusted.
Shit, look at his name, Wack 100. He whack 100% of the time.
Ain't that the truth, man? Yep. His name says it all, man. So much going in the world today, man. Got Biden trying to make the vaccine mandatory, trying to force people to get it.
These Negroes gonna be with it too. Whatever the fuck white zaddy got to say, they gonna be with it. I just feel like, man, how can you force somebody to take this shit ain't even been out long enough. It ain't even been tested. Who knows what the fuck gonna happen to people in 5 years from now from taking that shit?
Mm. His approval rating is in the toilet too, man.
He gonna be a one-termer, man.
Yeah.
Them goddamn Republicans, they better get their shit together.
Who better get it together, Mike?
Them Republicans, if they want control of their country, they better get this shit together.
Yeah, this man is single-handedly destroying everything. Like he's tearing shit up. He tearing shit up, man. He trying to make all those illegals legal. And then try to bring even more of the motherfuckers in.
Yeah, I know. He's standing by that. He's standing by that shot shit, man. He's serious about that shot. He's saying the nurses got to get it. I think I said this the other night. Like they're slowly enforcing it to the point where they're like, okay, We can't force you to. Legally, we can't force you to get it, but we're gonna make your job so uncomfortable that you're better off just taking it. They even said people who work in the healthcare fields, they're gonna make them always, if they don't take it, they're gonna always have to wear a mask and get tested a couple times a day. They stick that shit up in your nose, man.
I think he just passed a bill the way if you like get caught for a crime or something, you get more time. You know, get caught with drugs, you get more time. But he's been known for that. You know, Kamala Harris too. You know, I gotta do more research on that. But yeah, I was reading something about that.
That Kamala bitch, I just can't stand her, man. I don't know, man. It's just something about her, bro. The way she look, I don't like her at all. I prejudged her, bro. When I first heard of her, I was like, who this bitch? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't like her, man. It's just something about her. I just don't like her.
Just some fake about her, man.
She's a liar. She's a pathological liar.
It, right?
You know, she's a straight up liar.
That's exactly what it is, Perry.
She don't even got no kids, do she?
Nope. She got those white kids, her stepchildren.
I know Willie Brown was busting her ass. He let it be known when he was married. He let it be known he pushed her ass up to the DA. He was the mayor.
Right. Yeah, that's how she got to the top, man. She humped her way to the top. I never forget, man, when they asked her, you know, if you get elected, you know, what are you gonna do specifically for black people? She said, I'm not doing anything specifically for black people. But then turn around and do things specifically for Asian people.
Fact. That's a fact.
And then we get so much pushback from our community when we tell our people that this motherfucker not for you. They don't want to hear that. They're like if we was to come out with a campaign against Kamala Harris, say for instance like Joe Biden has dropped dead and she take over and then her term is over and she trying to get back and we just come up with some shit. And we're not for either candidate, but we letting it be known that this bitch ain't for us. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna put a mean backlash on us and we're gonna suffer from it.
Yeah, they're gonna say.
They'll fuck around trying to figure out where we work at, get us fired, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that kind of goes back to what we was talking about the last time I was on the show when we was talking about you know, how the brothers and the sisters got controlled, man, because the sisters really wanted her in there, man, because they got this notion that, you know, she could potentially become the first black female president. But they don't realize that this woman is not FBA at all. You know,
right?
Her mother's East Indian, and I think her daddy's East Indian too, even though he's from Jamaica. You know, so
what
it's
what your boy Tone Talk say? They don't got no bones buried here,
right? So the sisters, you know, they really pushing for her. There was a lot of the sisters was really pushing for her because then you even had the sisters that's like from these colleges, these HBCU colleges. They felt some type of camaraderie with her. You know,
your AKA, right? You went to Howard,
right? And you know, they was all this, you know, black girl magic shit. You know what I mean? She took advantage of that. Totally.
Dancing with them. No, it was just weird, man. Her whole campaign was weird to me. It just, to me, took a page out of Hillary Clinton's book. When she was dancing, she's going to play up her AKA status, play up her black girl status. And like you said, Perry, not do nothing for black people. And
Barack Obama
do nothing for black people.
Barack Obama 2.0.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Well, I just ain't never trusted her, especially if like I remember they asked her like, "Who was you listening to in college?" She's like, "Yeah, Snoop Dogg and Tupac," and then you go find out they wasn't even out when she was in college. Oh, what the fuck are you talking about?
And they suck it up. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. My mama and my aunties, you can't say nothing negative about Obama or Kamala Harris. They're gonna come at you.
That's a fact.
Man, that's the biggest slap in the face, man, was that Obama guy. I remember watching his debate when he was running for I think he was running for some position in Chicago, a Senate or something. But he was going up against Alan Keyes, who was a very brilliant man, and is a foundational Black American, by the way. And I watched the debate between him and Barack Obama. He was killing Obama in that debate, but it didn't matter. The media said, Barack is this, Barack is that. He's brilliant. He has the look, and people went with Barack Obama. Could have had Alan Keyes.
My thing is, how can you be so fucking politically ignorant to vote for a person that straight up say they're not gonna do anything for you? I don't understand that.
Right. Real, man. It's just
the motherfucker told me this ain't about black people. This is about America. And I'm looking at this motherfucker like, are you stupid? I just want to slap the shit out of him, bro. If my lower self back in the day, I probably would have slapped his ass a couple of times. But I just looked at him and like, man, do you not understand that it wouldn't be no fucking America without you? I don't get it.
Me neither. So EIE said, why y'all niggas never chat about how the Republicans give us nothing?
Well, shit, we not for the Republicans either. That's the thing. People think because we go at Biden and Kamala that somehow we're in support of the Republicans. We're not in support of those guys either.
Hey, because our people vote 98% Democrat, that's why.
That's it.
So why would we waste time on 2%? We got to go after that bulk of these motherfuckers, the ignorant.
And as far as the Republicans is concerned, yeah, they might not give us nothing either, but at least they're not pushing Planned Parenthood on us. We know they're against that. They against abortions. They not pushing the LGBT shit on us. They against the homosexuality. They're not flooding our neighborhoods with fucking hostile ass immigrants. We know that they're against that. So if anything, even though they're not doing nothing directly for us, it still would benefit us to go along with them, opposed to the other side.
And it's crazy that you mentioned the Planned Parenthood. That shit is so ingrained in our community that we think that's what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna take on down to the abortion clinic.
Fact,
what I'm saying? You know how many of my friends done got abortions, and I'm like, bro, put a fucking condom on. You know what I'm saying? It's so ingrained, like it's a normal thing to do.
Yeah, that's a fact.
The killing of our own babies, the keeping our population in check. They don't even look at life like that.
Yep. The first girl I ever got pregnant had an abortion. Her mama wasn't going for that shit. It was like automatic. Not even a second thought about it. Just, my mama said I got to get an abortion. And that was that.
Now, where's she at in the world? Is she some big person and her life is so great? Or is she just a regular person? The girl that got the abortion.
No, just a regular. Got a job.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The argument is you're gonna fuck your life up. Your life is gonna be nothing. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you still gonna be the same motherfucker with or without them kids.
That's a fact.
We could have had more than 45 million foundational Black Americans had they not ingrained that shit on us like that, you know?
And what's that bitch name that came up with the Planned Parenthood? What's her name?
Margaret Singer, something like that.
Yeah, the racist bitch. Yeah, her.
Yeah, that was her whole plan, was to depopulate us, you know, control our growth.
And we fall for it.
That's why I tell people those Democrats are way more racist and diabolical than the Republicans, man. The Republicans, we got to deal with a couple of ignorant ass rednecks. That's cool, but these Democrats, they're way more devious and diabolical with their racism.
Hell yeah, they the party of slavery. Shit, wow, man. The mess that we in.
Yeah, man.
This motherfucker, man. This dude, you know, I was watching some, and I like to go to the comments and read the comments.
Yeah.
And they was talking about how this man trying to bring in more immigrants, and somebody said, well, you know, well, America need workers. Like, you know, like it's okay. You know what I mean? Because America need workers. So that's it. No, America, these corporations need to start paying Americans more. Motherfuckers don't want to work because they tired of getting paid shit. If you know, everything else has gone up in this country: food, rent, clothing, you name it. Everything but the fucking minimum wage and just wages, period. You know, so your solution, now this could turn into a good thing, motherfuckers not wanting to work. That could force the corporations to start training motherfuckers for better positions there. You know, stop making things so difficult for a motherfucker to get a good job, you know, open it up more. No, your solution is let's just get a job to some other fucking people, because that benefits the corporations. They ain't gotta pay you shit. They ain't gotta give you the benefits. They don't have to match your 401k.
You right, bro. They're phasing out the jobs. You know what I mean? It's like I was talking to this black woman in Walmart the other day, and I told her, I was like, you're gonna be obsolete in a minute. I said, that's it. All of these fucking machines, they don't even accept cash. And I'm like, well, there's no need for a cashier when you got a motherfucker you scan and you hit your debit card. I'm like, you're gonna lose your job. You know what I'm saying? She was just looking at me like, I don't give a fuck. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm gonna always have a job in Walmart. You know what I mean? I don't get it, man. I'm just saying, what can we do to try to change the mindset of these people, man, and let them know that they're voting for their worst interest at period? You know what I'm saying? Well, how can we attack this?
Man, sometimes I check out the different YouTube channels that we have. They got this thing called the beef sector. You got all these YouTube channels, all these black folks, hundreds and hundreds of viewers, and you know, a few thousand subscribers. And all they do is dox each other and talk about how this one is fat and how this one is ugly and how she's a bum and he's homeless and he's short, and you know, that's all they do all goddamn day. You know, I wish more of us, you know, took that time and that energy to make each other more aware of what's really happening to us right now, you know, instead of us wasting time, you know, talking about bullshit all day, you know. I think the best thing we could do is just make our people aware of what's going on, you know. Let them know that in the next 10 years, we're gonna go from being the second largest minority group to the fourth largest minority group. Next 10 years. You know, we gonna have to get more involved with our local politics, you know, try to get reparations on that level. I like what the brother Kwame Brown is doing. He's educating people on coding. Yeah, we need to get into that as a people. We need to start investing and putting our children into tech, into future tech, coding this shit. That's the future. You know,
Right.
we need to start, you know, I just think, you know, we should just start making each other more aware of these things.
Was that you, Born Rich, talking about that we need to educate our kids in the STEM?
Yeah. STEM is kind of it's I mean it's just the way. It's just the way of the future, man. It's always have. It's always been important. Science, technology, engineering, and math. Yep. Well, I mean, that's just a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer, especially when these kids are going to college. You know what I'm saying? We had that conversation. When these kids are going to college, that has to be one of the most important things they study. You know what I'm saying? Or some type of economics-based curriculum. But yeah, man, the liberal arts and Africana studies and all of that shit is cool, but I just think in the future, man, I just think we tried that. We tried that and it didn't really work. So now it's time for us to, you know, really get involved with this technology, man. Technology is moving further and further every day. Every day technology is doing something different. So we need the minds and the brains to capitalize on this technology movement.
And then we also gotta curve this fucking immigration shit that these Democrats trying to do, man. You know, I don't even look at it as votes. I look at it as like, you know, our community, it's a lot of college, high school dropouts and shit, you know what I'm saying, that'll take them jobs. And we need them jobs as well, you know what I'm saying? You know, that goes back to the old the boys and Booker T. Washington debate, you know what I'm saying? And I think we need both of them, but we like, man, bro, I was in Alabama, bro, and I'm telling you, and I'm just looking, just riding around Huntsville just to see what's going on. And I'm looking at all of these black folks out here, man. The black people are the people that pick up the trash. They fucking cutting the grass. They doing all the jobs that the Hispanics do in where we from. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it and I'm like, what the fuck? They are being employed. What the fuck is wrong with us? You know what I'm saying? Why did we let it get this far?
Just like I was telling you guys before, man, you know, up here in New York, when I was in the butcher industry as a meat cutter, which is a skilled job, by the way. It used to be so good, man. Those jobs were all unionized. Man, they used to pay if you worked on a Friday or Saturday, you got double time. If you worked if you worked in the evening or on a Sunday, you got time and a half. You know, and it was a union job, paid good. You know, you moved up. You had a chance to move up everything, and with the influx of the immigrants, a lot of Dominicans started getting those jobs. Guess what happened, man? No more union, no more double time, no more time and a half. Motherfuckers used to match your 401k up to 7%. Can you imagine that? 7%. That means you could put $700 away every month, and then they'll put $700 away every month. That's $1,400 you saving a month in your 401k. So with the immigrants, when you bring in more immigrants, you kill all of that because the immigrants are going to do the job for less, and the corporations know this. So they look at it like, yeah, I'd rather hire the immigrants because it's all about my bottom line. But the thing is, when you give the people more on these type of jobs, it's not killing the job. It's making it better because you're gonna make a profit anyway. You don't have to be that fucking greedy.
Right.
And then you got these Democrats guys like the governor in my city, Cuomo. You know, he's pushing for the more immigrants. You know, and guys like Biden and they pushing for more immigrants because these people are paid off by the corporations. The corporations is making them do this. And then they come before us and say, well, you guys don't want to work. This is why we got to bring in the immigrants. Bullshit. All you got to do is just pay people decent fucking wages.
Right.
No, I agree. I agree.
Shit, capitalism don't work that way. You know, capitalism is all about exploiting the smaller person. You know, they got to exploit somebody in order for them to make it all.
You're right. You're right. It always has to be a class of people that's going to get exploited. And, you know.
Yeah, you see how these immigrants got to live, man, taking on these jobs that pay nothing. These motherfuckers got to live at 10 people in one fucking single bedroom apartment, man. That's not living. And then they turn around and say, well, if they could do it, you could do it. Nah, hell no. Black people ain't trying to live like that, man.
Right. We passed that stage.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I just had a little flash on my phone talking about Joe Biden done sent in missiles over Somalia.
For real?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what old what old Joe done did.
He about, man, he Joe Biden is the man, he's a fucking lame duck president, bro.
It seems like it.
That's what they want in there. You know,
Yeah.
Trump, I didn't like him either. But at the same time, you paid more attention to politics when Trump was in office. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. He always saying some shit. You're right.
These
He was
motherfuckers-
always saying some shit.
Yeah, Biden done put that motherfucking curtain up on your ass, and he back there doing whatever the fuck he want to do.
Real. Kind of like Obama was. Obama would just come out smiling, waving at the people. Yeah, they were fucking up some shit outside of America.
Just they like asked this motherfucker. They asked this motherfucker about reparations. He gonna holler out. He couldn't have said that while he couldn't be for reparations when he was president, because that'd be political suicide. So they just let you know right now that you answer to the white supremacist, man. Fucking faggot.
Right. Even when you look at Ice Cube's plan for Black America, the Republicans treated him with dignity and respect. They met up with him and spoke to him one-on-one in private. The other group, Camilla, she wanted to put together a fucking clown show. She wanted to meet up with him on Zoom or StreamYard on a fucking 12-man panel with a bunch of goddamn rappers.
Yeah.
They show more respect. You know Biden and them, they actually met with Cardi B one-on-one. But wouldn't meet with Ice Cube to discuss his plan for Black America one-on-one. Didn't want to meet the man one-on-one and have a real conversation with this man. They wanted to put together some fucking clown show, but you would meet up with a Cardi B one-on-one. You see? Democrats, man, they play in our face, man.
Yeah, I think the whole political system is a spit in our face, man. Especially at the rate we going now, man, with just no organization, just no nothing, just voting off pure emotions. Pure emotions. Well, people gonna see, man. People gonna see. But I appreciate the time, Brother Perry, Brother Mike. I appreciate y'all, man. I've been on here almost 3 hours. It's coming up on noon where I am, so I'm gonna get some family shit out the way, some family chores. Perry, I might strike up another live a little bit later, brother, but I'm gonna go out, you know what I'm saying? Go out and do some daddy duties type shit for a minute, and I may be back. But I appreciate it, Perry. Salute, brother.
Anytime, my brother. Anytime, man. It's always a pleasure. Always good topics, good conversations over here, man. I'm gonna go on outside myself, man. I'll talk to you later, brother Rich. Be
All
good.
right, man. Appreciate it, Perry. Yeah, salute to Perry. Salute, brother Mike coming through, blessing the panel. Salute everybody in the chat, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all, man. Hope I got y'all where y'all needed to be on this Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing some little shit for the UK families. They say Hatun was back in the park, so I'm sure that'll be a big topic today. I may pull up to one of the UK streams and see what's up. And yeah, man. Well, what video am I gonna leave the people with today? We'll go with this one. This is yeah, if I don't stream again today, because I don't know. I gotta see. Yeah. Appreciate that, EIA. Yeah, I'm going. I gotta go see my son. I'll talk all that type of good shit. But yeah, same thing next week, y'all. We're gonna have some good topics. I don't know which night. Gonna do karaoke night, but we'll definitely do it. all right. So I'll check Instagram. But yeah, man. Yeah, same thing. We're gonna have some topics tonight. I said tonight. We're gonna have some topics next week. Karaoke night, of course, will be next week. I don't know what day yet, but yeah, get your singing voices ready, because we're gonna definitely do karaoke. I want to see some new faces in the place for karaoke. And y'all just comment under these videos, man. Any topics that we need to discuss, we can open the door and do it. But yeah, Jen, my son is all right. He's at home. Yeah, my son is definitely at home. He's at his grandmother's house. So he's recovering. We're at the recovery stage. I'm gonna go check on him. He said he was in pain. So go pick him up some pain medicine and go check on him, man. But y'all be cool. And yeah, I'll play this video on the way out, man. Y'all hit the like button on the way out. Where's my banner? Okay, Jen. Yeah, Jen, you go live. I'll pull up over there, man. Talk some shit. You know what I mean? Where am I at? Right there. Yeah. So whoever go live, I'm subscribed to pretty much, my little circle, my little circle of people. Y'all know. Shout out to the G Block. Shout out to Triluminati. Shout out to the Charcoal Block. Shout out to Jen Wallace channel. And yeah. Y'all don't forget to subscribe to Banana Splits channel. Let me drop this. I'm about to leave y'all with this video. That's Banana Splits channel. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. She drops all the good shit from karaoke night, and just good shit from these YouTube streets anyway, man. So y'all be easy. I will catch y'all later. Let me get this. Sometimes I feel like somebody's old ass uncle when I'm trying to go through all these different tabs and share my screen and make sure that's ready and all of this. All right, fam. I'll leave out this video, man. Peace out.
One night only. For the first time in 30 years.
Put your hands together.
Randy Watts. Ba ba da da, ba 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 da. Bring the beat in. Sing along if you know the words, people. Honey, honey, I can see the stars all the way from here. Can you see the glow on the window pane? I can feel the sun whenever you're near. And every time you touch me, I just melt away. Now everybody asking while I'm smiling out from ear to ear. Say love hurts, but I know it's gonna take a little. Oh, nothing's perfect, but it's worth it after thinking through my tears. Charlie, you put me first, 'cause baby it's you. You're the one I love. You're the one I need. You're the only one I see. Oh, come on, baby, it's you. You're the one that gives you all. You're the one that I always call. Finally, you make everything stop. Finally, you put my love on top. Oh, come on, baby. You put my love on top, 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 top. You put my love on top.
That boy is good. Mm-hmm. Good and terrible.
Oh, come on, baby. You put my love on top, 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 top. Baby, I can hear the wind whipping past my face as we dance the night away. You're good like a night of champagne. As I kiss you again and again and again and again. Everybody asks me while I'm smiling out from ear to ear.